If you ain't talking money, then I don't want to talk.
Still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like Jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam them. Treat them like Jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam them. Then them still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like Jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam them. Treat them like Jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam them. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like Jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam them. Treat them like Jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam them. Then them still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like Jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam them. Treat them like Jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam them. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like Jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam them. Treat them like Jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam them. Then them still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like Jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam them. Treat them like Jack boys. Catch them slipping and slam them. Diamonds look like they glowing.
Yeah, let's get into this. First and foremost, I want to thank you for hanging out with me. I want to address a couple of things as everybody comes in the room. The first thing is that number one is YouTube does what it does. It snipes anybody who does any content that's not fair use, but it's at the same time it's very, very biased. So the only thing I can say to this is, the hell with YouTube and its biases. That's the only thing I can say about that. On another note, I want to address something that relatively isn't bothering me, but I want to put this to bed, and I want to put this to bed right now. Anybody who wants to bring up the past, what was it, seven months I mean, sneak this in. I mean, we want to do the sneak this in. We want to do the, you know, you paid some trifling, sniveling heifer, you know, all this and all this. If we want to keep talking about this, if we want to keep riffing and raiding all about how this woman who is 6 feet underneath my feet and has no reference with me whatsoever, but is yet parading, someone resurrected this woman, and now she's parading all around YouTube, terrorizing people as she usually does. I just want to say, I don't want nothing to do with nothing. Unk Man brought it up last night, and it's like, why would you bring something like that up? I was like, I didn't know. How could you not know? I mean, it's all over the internet, but that's just what this does. But I'm not the only person she did this to. I'm not the only one. And this gives me an out, because by and large, I can only speak for me. I did only what a person who would be in my position, which is trying to do good for somebody who needed some help, allegedly, but then stabbed me in the back, which is to be expected. Not from all, but for some. Not for all, but for some. And for Unk Man to literally bring it up, and not only that, E-Man, he joked about it, which is cool. I expect him to joke about it, but I'm going to have a little talk with him too. I have nothing against E-Black. I have nothing against E-Black whatsoever. Although I'm starting to see the true colors in everyone. I'm starting to see what YouTube is all about. YouTube is it ain't about friends. It ain't about friendship. Although you can make a handful of friends and it can seem fine, but all around, all over, like more than a handful, it becomes a problem. Because see, just like what Fatty's dealing with, well, kind of, sort of, just like what Fatty's dealing with, just like sort of what Jay Prince is dealing with, but Jay Prince is suspect at this point. It's like everybody's against everybody right now. That's why everybody has their own channel and is doing good because of what? Chaos. I don't want chaos. It's too much chaos. It's way too much fucking chaos for one person to deal with. Not everybody can deal with a whole bunch of bullshit all in one time. I don't want nothing to do with nothing. But if you keep bringing it up, I guess I'm gonna have to be in defense mode and bring out my knives and start slicing everybody. Meaning, I'm gonna have to cut some fat and let some people go. This channel is not to be considered the I remember what you did back in the day channel. Because I could care less about it. Once I'm done with you, I'm done with you. I literally had no issues until it was brought up again last night. And I'm like, but I guess Nightish was, I don't know. So he comes up there. So, or brother, he's up there and they're challenging his sexuality or I don't know what was going on. They're challenging his sexuality and blah 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 blah. And the next thing you know, he brings it up. He brings up the, well, Michael Mick doesn't exist. You all know who I'm talking about. Michael Mick doesn't exist. She's a whore. It's like, who's in not Brownsville. Uh Nightish goes, how do you know she's a whore? Because she borrowed money from a married man. Which, by the way, what the fuck difference is a married man or not? Don't we all support each other? Married man or not? That don't make no. Y'all just like coming up with stupid ass caveats. But anyway, well, she borrowed money from a married man. Blah 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 blah. And that's when I said, oh shit. So I had to come up there. And before I could say anything, Nightish blows it up, and I gotta explain myself. I was like, it, and I said, it ain't no thing with me anymore. Ain't no thing. Because what happened, happened. But you make it seem as if I did something wrong, which I didn't do anything wrong when it came to the money portion of it. Because like I said, and they can extend it to 20, they can extend it to 30. They can extend it any amount they want. I mean, I don't know where they get it from. Because I know the most I ever spent was $10,000, and that was on my wife. And that was in one day. I had never, ever considered spending any type of money on any female other than my wife. But if I did, it would be for YouTube purposes, because they do the cash apps and they do the super chat type shit, which I'm gonna end up stopping. The only people that will be eligible enough for me to support will be in my inner circle. If you're not in my inner circle, you don't get shit. Trust is earned over here. Trust is earned. Just like when I come over to your panel, right? When I come over to your panel, I'm sure that I have to earn your trust. When you come over to mine and I don't know you, you're going to have to earn mine. There have been plenty of people who I've hung out with for years, and they have betrayed me over and over and over again. But the nail in the coffin was when this heifer talked about my mother. And I could have unleashed the hounds of hell onto this woman. But I decided that vengeance was God's. I can convict and incriminate myself. But the one thing about the universe is no joke. The universe tells you you are going to convict yourself. And she didn't even know it. She's knowing it now. That's why she got her so-called guy or whoever, which I don't even know who this guy is. She's lost. And I don't want nothing to do with it anymore. Nothing. Understand me. And I'm going to let Nightish know. I'm going to let Unk Man know and everybody else know. I don't want nothing to do with it anymore. I'm not going down like that anymore. Ain't no fucking need to. Because if we have to, we let all this shit hang out. All in one setting. So heed this. Because I gotta let Unk Man know. I have no issue with Unk Man. But if he keeps doing what he's doing, because he supposedly heard it off of some random channel, I would like to know what channel he heard that from. Because apparently they ain't gonna let shit go. Because the internet's the internet. No matter if you're here or there, people have done way worse things than me. I just happen to be the guy that everyone hates. I just happen to be the guy that everyone hates. What? Because of the dreads? Was it because of my respect for Umar? What? Because I'm pandering to the ladies? What is it? Y'all some stupid ass niggas. What would it be? Because I ain't no fucking wannabe coward ass alpha male? Well, which one is it? I can't believe this. I mean, you got niggas like Sharon Bracey embracing white folks like candy. But I get criticized for doing something that generally is helpful to people. If I literally give $1 out to somebody, I'm wrong for doing it. It's the stupid shit that it's literally what I'm talking about. Said I can do any and everything, right? I can do any and everything, and he's that guy that lended 12 grand to a woman that was 7 feet tall. That's all they don't remember. Cool. I can remember many things. I can remember I can remember the pedophilia. I can remember the underwear, the times that we was on the phone. I can remember the times that you showed your draws. I can remember that. I can name all types of shit. But do I do it? No. Piss me off long enough, I will do it. And it's not like the FBI deletes text messages. It's not like the FBI deletes phone calls. No, it is extorted and is never deleted out. We can go tat for tat if you like. Tat for tat, clip for clip, bullet for bullet, whatever you want to do. But I don't want to hear about this shit no more from anyone. But I will let Unk Man know. I will let Unk Man know, and I will let Nineties know, even though Nineties didn't bring it up. Nineties never brought that shit up. It's crazy, man. Y'all, this is the reason why YouTube should be shut down. Find something else to do. I got plenty of other things to do. There are a lot of things that y'all can talk about and report on and do lives on other than dumb shit. I mean, y'all still ain't let the whole JP situation go. Now all of a sudden he's beating up on his kids. Necessarily he didn't beat up on his kids. Why would he go live? Somebody would have reported him already. Why the fuck would I tell this to him, and I would tell this to anybody else? JP, why the fuck would you go live and prove to you to the world that you're some type of physical father. You're not supposed to do that. Now you got everybody in your business. Well, you put your business out there. Everybody's in your personal business. What you did to Michael Mick doesn't exist. That's stupid. It was stupid. It was literally stupid. And you got some, and you're married to the most stupidest bitch on this live. You're married to the most stupidest bitch on YouTube. Twiddle D and twiddle fucking dumb. Why the fuck would you want to put yourself in a position where everybody can grab your content and say, look how dumb this nigga is? Now they got you where they can literally call CPS on your dumb ass. But I'm going to let these two rock. I'm going to let them rock. I'm going to let them rock. And in this whole pedal situation, ladies and gentlemen, don't we have anything? Are we adults or what? Are we adults or what? I believe deep in my crawl that we are literally teenagers trapped in adult bodies. In this generation alone, we adapted and absorbed the generation of Z and Alpha. We absorbed their mindset. It's like literally an adult going, you know how when infants grow into soon to be adult bodies, but they're still like young kids, teenagers. They go from young kids to teens to young adults to adults. Now we're going backwards at a very early age. We're still in our mid 30s, early 40s, but we're sinking down to a low level. We're becoming little boys and little girls. These dudes act too goddamn feminine for me. And these women, some of these women act too damn masculine for me. No wonder y'all have an issue with relationships. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. But anyway, I don't want to hear none of this shit anymore. None of it. I'm tired of it, dude. I am literally tired of it. Y'all always bring up dumb shit, man. Now, with that being said, and this is the part going into the next segment. This is the part where mofos like you are losing. And when I say you, I mean Black people are losing. Not only you're losing just because you can't act right, not only are you losing because you can't even get in a relationship without thinking about sex all fucking day. You're losing because other people, and you won't support each other. Some people have the nerve to talk about Umar this and Umar that. Talk about yourselves because you're talking about he don't support. What the fuck do you support? None of you support anyone. None of you support each other. That's why you got migrants coming into the country. Migrants coming into the country and taking over. When you have a handful, and it's just small, but they're scattered all over the place. When you have immigrants coming into the country and taking over not hotels, but fucking apartment buildings in Colorado, It's a problem. It's a problem. It's bad enough that you have jobs subsiding and subduing you in every single way, unless you're an entrepreneur, taking over the gas stations, taking over the bus stations, taking over dealerships, taking just being doctors and lawyers. We don't even see, unless you're in Atlanta, we don't even see Black doctors anymore. The last Black doctor I had moved to Atlanta. We don't see Black doctors. We see most nurses, but we don't see doctors. What about lawyers? Thurgood Marshall and freaking Johnny Cochran are rolling in their graves right now. Because all y'all niggas care about is money. Meanwhile, you got immigrants coming into the country and taking over your shit. And instead of talking about, well, women need to be submissive, women need to do this, women need to do that. No! Skip all that for right now, because you're gonna need some feminine help. You're going to need it, because by golly, you will be a permanent underclass if this keeps up. It's bad enough that you're locked and boxed. You are locked and boxed, and no one gives two shits. No one else gives two shits. You have no allies. You have no allies, and you have no friends. The only people that you have are you. Are you. And nobody else. If you lose this war, because you are losing the battle, but if you lose the war, that is on you, because you can't even reconcile your differences.
Jason. So let's move there, because as you often said, this migrates all on its own. People are fanning out all over the country. A Chicago City Council meeting that's going on right now, in fact, is all over massive illegal immigrant crisis in that sanctuary city. People who live there as American citizens are furious over the millions of dollars in resources going to the illegals, who so many communities there.
We're talking $7 million. $7 million going to immigrants. We're talking housing, food stamps, and whatever else. $7 million? You need $7 million for God knows how many immigrants come in this country, and they come in the form of, Chinese, Haitian, anywhere from Chinese, Haitian, Jamaican, Mexican. It varies, right? $7 million. $1 million of that money, and we're talking about people in the city of Chicago. But whatever happens in Chicago is going to affect LA. Whatever affects LA is going to affect Florida. Whatever affects Florida is going to affect Texas. Whatever affects Texas, it is going to affect everyone.
There are in need. They need those resources. The video is going to look a little strange because we just took this. It's going on right now. So it's a Zoom, and you'll see the countdown a little bit, but just listen to the words.
That's what's up. That's what has happened in the United States right now. All this asylum seeking lie, all this about refugees. No. What's happening is they're emptying out the dregs of their jails into the United States, into our communities. They're junking up our country. And yeah, we feel some kind of way about it because it's our country. It's our country. We're going to get our city back. We're going to stand for our people. We're going to get them out of our communities because they don't deserve to be there.
Not another dollar for the illegals. If the crisis is so bad, the city council members who are so concerned should donate their salaries to the cause like a real public servant should.
And again, it looks a little strange on screen because when we caught that a few moments ago, we had to show that to you. I mean, it gives me chills. They're junking up our country, and it's our country, Jason.
And they have the nerve to say that we're running out of food supplies. There's a reason why you're running out of food supplies, because you keep letting these people in illegally. Illegally. And I really hate to say this, but as I spoke to my neighbor, yesterday or the day before yesterday, and she said, quite frankly, and she's Haitian, quite frankly, none of these motherfuckers don't need to be here, because you end up fucking around. And don't get me wrong, there are some people who come here legally, and they file in the paperwork and they work just like everybody else. But everybody else who comes here illegally and sneaks into the country or whatever, and we have to give them citizenship, we have to give them doorship, we have to give them food stamps, we have to give them housing and everything else. But under President Trump, oh boy, that shit stops. That shit stops. But here's the caveat. Everybody's saying that, and this is true, that Trump is a racist, which he is. What is your worst? We have to think here. What is worse off? Because again, I'm not voting nationally. I'm voting locally. But what is the lesser evil here? Voting for a person who literally is prejudiced to damn near every black person who is underneath him? I'm not talking about celebrities. I'm talking about underclassmen and literally the middle class, which means he only thinks about himself. Or would you rather go for a candidate who has no attention, has no intentions of supporting black people, like just black people, even though we're the most fucked with? She has no intentions of just supporting black people. No. She has no intentions. And she has no intentions but to put a whole bunch of innocent people behind bars. We read the resume. And due to the debate, because I heard they had a couple of debates. Due to the debate, she didn't even say anything that was relevant. Excuse me. Everything was just a bickering back and forth. And Trump is so predictable. But at least he wants to build the borders and have less government. That's just my opinion.
Amen. I don't know who is saying that, but I very well said it. I think that is the grassroots sentiment within those cities. Yeah. I mean, that is the grassroots sentiment right in the heart of what the Democrats think they're doing a favor for people. And it's going to divide them. It's dividing our country. It is so fundamentally wrong, top to bottom.
I mean, just listen to what that first person who spoke was talking about in terms of who's coming from these countries, that they're emptying out their jails. Now, that's that person's opinion, but look at this video. I want to see Democrats fight back on that. I want them to answer back on the beatings on the cops. Oh, no, are they really sending us some people who are willing to break every law after they've already broken our sovereignty law at the border?
And they're coming by the millions. This is not just one-off in Chicago or New York. It's hard to fathom, but this is really happening all over the country.
Jason Chaffetz, thank you very much for being in focus. And I'm glad you were here for that little.
I am not. Don't say I didn't tell you so, but I told you so. You either organize or perish. Because right now, the city where you live in, the state where you were born in, don't give a fuck about your feelings. They certainly don't. But what they will care about is you raising hell. Just like those people in the meetings. But you got to do more than that. You have to show them that we ain't taking this no more. It's like, how is it that you're not going to serve us and you're giving all this money to Ukraine? How is it that you're not going to serve us, but you're letting illegal immigrants into the country? And it's costing millions and millions and millions of dollars. But you're talking about you had no resources for the people who are already born and raised over here. That's crazy. Next.
Hi. You know, that comes from places like the Safer Foundation.
Excuse me, I'll take all that back. It was 70 million, not 7. Because it reads right here. Citizens in Chicago weigh in at city council meeting about 70 million in additional funding for, say who? The immigrants. 70 million. What up, Vaughn? Hey, thanks for the clips. Thanks for the music, man. Thanks for the music. Even though I got clipped, now I gotta prove to them that you gave it to me. But it's all good. But they $70 million to put you as a permanent underclass. And then take it for those people in Colorado who literally are taking over Colorado and were cited in New York. The Venezuelans were cited in New York. But guess what? You can't do anything about it. The FBI can't really do nothing about it because they haven't committed any crimes over there yet. Which is making me think, what could you do? The only thing you can do at this point is defend yourself. I mean, what would you do if you were put into the situation and Venezuelans came over to your apartment building and took that bitch over? Yeah, but they already got the emails and everything, so don't worry about it. What's the worst they can do? Take my channel away? Oh, boo-hoo. I got other things to do. Anti-social. What is up? What is up? So what would you do in a situation where immigrants came over, took your shit over, and told you to sit down and shut up? And they had AK-47s, Glocks, whatever you could think. And mind you, this is not the Taliban, this is not the militia, and this is definitely not these Mexican groups over there. You would just be minded just to shut the hell up. But this is just a small group being let out from Venezuela.
That come from all Chicago. That come from bring Chicago home. You see, that come for these ministers that y'all have. You know, if you go look on Bring Chicago Home site, you see all them reverends and things like that. They got all these nice churches in these neighborhoods. Nice mega churches. And our people homes. And I don't even want to say our people home, because some people, we got to be honest, they do let their stuff go. They do live up in trash, etc. And willingly of their own will. But what about the face? All right, what about 79th Street? You see what I'm saying? What about the face? What about 71st Street? What about all these different streets with these abandoned buildings?
He remind me of that. Remind me of the old that drunk be around the corner, be like confessing and everything.
And our people homes. And I don't even want to say our
damaged by our police. And I also want to spend time speaking on the migrant funding. This is a crisis across our city, but it is not because of the immigrants. It is because of our lack of allocation of resources. This migrant crisis is a resource crisis, and we need vast resources to protect our new community members. 70 million. Hey, you can fight it as much as you want, but it's true. These are our neighbors. These are now a part of our communities. Immigrants are a basis for our future as a city, ever since the beginning to now.
Now, see the dumbass up there saying that these are our family now. Okay, they could be our family. I have no problem with that. But you know what that does? It takes away opportunities which people who already been here in the United States, it takes away from them. And what happens when you take away food off of the plates of Black people who are still struggling to find jobs? And not to mention the young people who are trying to look for jobs, because you still have elderly people who are still working and need to collect Social Security, but you can't collect Social Security because you got the elitists taking damn near everything away, including Social Security. That is a problem. And so when you do that, and when the young people can't find fucking jobs nowhere, guess where that leads to? More murder, more death, more killing. That's where it leads to. And I don't want to hear no Sambo talk to me about how useless the Black community is, when usually Sambos ain't got shit to do but just make it easier for white folks to laugh at us. Just because you make a couple of bucks, just because you make 7 figures, oh, I wonder what you're going to do for Black people. Nothing. You going to march and you going to tirade up to the Capitol? No. You going to march all the way to Washington? No. You going to support your people? No. No, because you have everything. And this is the reason why very handfuls are can't come along with us. They can't come along with us for obvious reasons, because you have everything. You don't need to worry about the elderlies having Social Security when they're 65. You don't have to deal with all that. All that's going to be taken away. And when that's taken away, they have to work. They have to work, and that takes away opportunities for the younglings. I can't say that word. The younglings to have an opportunity to make money in this country. But it's being done on purpose for a reason. They don't want you here. That's why you are links away from being a permanent underclass. You're locked and boxed. They frozen your accounts. They frozen everything. So the only thing you can do is hope for your British representative to give you reparations in the form of either cash payout or landscape. Either cash payout or landscape. But that's going to be an up road.
Immigrants are the lifeblood of this city, and we need to support them, not just in the 70 millimeter, but to address the future of this city. We need investments in affordable housing, public access to mental health care, so that these people are protected and ensure that they can live in Chicago in a community that is vibrant, depending not only them, but the connections within the community. $70 million is a great way to start, but it's not enough. It's possible for us to not spend enough on migrant funding. It is not possible for us to spend it's not possible for us to spend too much. We're spending too little. Let's expand the money for migrants. They need our support. They're not going anywhere. We are a welcoming city. We're going to stay that way. So let's make sure they are protected. Thank you. That's my public comments. Whoa. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comments. Our next speaker is Richard Poiso.
Before our next speaker.
You know what? If Chicago starts rioting, I wouldn't say nothing. Chicago has been in the whims for a very long time. A very, very, very long time. We studied and found with they gave us reparations and bankrupt the world overnight. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, what do they do? They end up printing up money anyway. We're already $60 trillion in debt. We're already $60 trillion in debt. What are we going to do? We'll print more money. And this is the reason why there are six countries out there who want to get rid of the paper and go back to what? That's why I often tell people you should save up your silver. You should save up your silver, your gold, and your bronze. Because if they take the paper away, which is losing value every single day, if you take the paper away, that's a problem. And you're going digital, which they're going digital now. They're going digital right now. There ain't nothing you can do. Ain't nothing the fuck you can do. So it's going to be enticing to see what Donald Trump does if he's elected. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what he does. Now, before, excuse me. Sorry, I was choking. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend, tell a friend. I hope y'all having a lovely evening. Sorry I started all late. YouTube was being a dick, so I had to start all over and basically just scrap all the lives that I did earlier. But breaking news, Donald Trump gets shot at again. And I'm not trying to laugh, but Donald Trump gets shot again, which is quite interesting. It's like, I have never heard of presidents or ex or former presidents getting shot at. Yeah, he got shot at again. He was in the golf course, and some 59-year-old, 58 or 59-year-old man was in the bushes with an AK-47 with a scope rifle, with a book bag full of clips and a recorder. Hey, you can believe it's all theater. I mean, hey, this will be my question to y'all. Do you think it's theater? Do you think he's just doing it to boost ratings? Do you think he's just doing it to boost his chances to get into the White House? Or you think this is for real? Because they actually caught the guy. He's in custody. Right? So I don't know. I do not know. I feel you, but that's why they're not doing it. Tired of hearing about our people talking about it. Because I'm tired to because they're not doing it. They ain't never gonna put Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill yet. Or if they put Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill, that would be great. But who's going to be in the back of the $20 bill? Andrew Jackson. Let's continue.
Before our next speaker, just a second, sir. Before our next speaker, I would respectfully ask yet again that those that are participating in democracy allow our speakers to finish their presentation.
Allow our speakers to Brandon Johnson, you were one click away from getting your ass kicked out of Chicago, bro. You're gonna be like kill Kirkpatrick from Detroit.
If you cannot adhere to that expectation, I'm going to ask that our Sergeant at Arms remove you. Give our speakers the respect that they deserve. They're 3 minutes. You may commence, sir.
Good afternoon, Mayor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody here. My name is Richard. Last name is Paso. I'm a store manager at an automotive facility here in Chicago. I'm a native to Chicago. It's near and dear to my heart. The city doesn't feel the same anymore.
Sorry.
There's a lot of stuff going on right now that's really hard to process. There's a lot of people here that have watched me on social media. I'm a social media influencer, and I've heard the word getting back to me. Some of the people that work for you have gotten stuff back to me. I'm going to say what I have to say regardless. You can come after me if you want. You can try to slander me if you want. Some of the aldermen can talk behind my back if you want. But there's 31 out of 50 aldermen, December 14th, that turned their back on the public, that said, I will not take their vote on this city continuing to be a sanctuary city. You turned it to yourself to speak for us. You turned it to yourself to speak for the public. We pay you, you work for us. We put you there. How can you stand there and say anything about, we don't want to take their vote? We're going to speak on their behalf, and this is how it's going to be. It shouldn't work that way. Any politician that feels like they deserve that type of control over people, they don't deserve to be politicians. They don't deserve to be in the spot that they're in. Second of all, I'm a veteran. I served 15 months in a war zone for this country where I got hurt. Yes, the VA does take care of me. But every year I'm hearing, let's take away, let's take away, let's take away, let's give back, let's take away, let's give back. But we have immigrants that serve with us, that put their life on the line, that are still fighting for citizenship, that are in the military, that deserve all the respect in the world, and they don't get it. They come back, they're still fighting for citizenship. Some of them don't get it, they get deported. These are people that put their life on the line for this country, for all of you to have the freedom and the jobs that you have, and they don't get the respect to have somebody care for them and help them through the process. But all of you guys out here will vote for people that are complete aliens to this country, that have nothing. Tren de Agua, Venezuela, anything coming from the Honduras, all these people are coming here. They've cleared out these prisons years ago. And they're sending all these people here. They don't want them there. They don't serve them a purpose. They're showing up here in New York, in Chicago, attacking people in the streets. The police are fighting with them in the shelters that you guys are funding. You guys think it's a great idea, but yet your police officers are getting attacked. Your public's getting attacked. You're putting our lives at risk by doing what you're doing, and none of you care about it because the mighty dollar sits on top. And as long as somebody's in your pocket that you're working with, you're okay with doing it. You don't care about the citizens. At some point in time, there's going to be an answering for this. What it is, I don't know. But it doesn't look good. And I don't respect most of the people that are in here because you turned your back on the citizens and you said your voice doesn't matter.
Ooh. Ooh. Sorry about that. I usually get excited. White people take on the mic.
Our next speaker is Tawan Sims.
Yeah, let's get a brother up here. Oh, Lord Jesus.
IS, the homeless management information systems. So my number would have been 355061. That would have been issued July 15th, 2021. We financed that endeavor, right? The HMIS, that's financed and budgeted, right? Because this is what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about finance and budget. However, I'm an individual in the room. One individual. Y'all mismanaging this, failing actually. Because once again, July 15th, 2021, it's July, what is it now, what? Anybody, April 17th. I didn't sleep last night worrying about this. I didn't sleep last night imagining, how do you talk to these people to have them understand that, hey, this is difficult to deal with, especially when you're a 43-year-old resident of the city of Chicago versus being somebody who just got here, who being treated just like you should be treated, right? I'm just saying. So yesterday was my son's birthday. If I had housing, we could have spent it pleasantly. I didn't speak to him. His name, Ian Waltoba Sims. I actually have an order of protection. His mom got it. My son is a star pupil and a star athlete in Evanston High School. However, his father support him to the utmost, and yet I'm attacked over this. I'm attacked maybe because of my views and the fact that, to point out that our government, our city government, now that I understand, has basically turned their back on Black Chicagoans. Y'all are implementing our demise here in the city through financing and budgeting.
Bruh, it's called gentrification. Get used to it.
I sit in the room and actually get the understanding now. And it's disgusting. The hardship that I'm suffering and been suffering, it seems like it's not only unintentional, it seems like it's manufactured. Like I've been pursued for the last 4 years simply for my views or simply for pointing out the fact that I'm not getting nowhere. We talk about let's repair it. But you're gonna put 70 more.
You don't have to do the whole separation thing. If you want to, that's fine. But I would prefer taking those who have the same ideas as you and trying to form something together. That way you'll know what type of resources are there. But when you just go off the handle and you got a tribe here, you got a tribe here, you got a tribe there. I'm talking about if you got the Adolfs over here, you got the FBA over here, and you got the Black Americans over here, and the African Americans over here, and you got the tribe, you got the tribes of Judah over here, you got the Hebrew Israelites. Although the Hebrew Israelites have been working together side by side with the Muslims, I will give them that. But when it comes to everybody else, we're all separated. We're all separated. We're all our own tribe. And I say, as a Pan-African, I don't care what tribe you come from or what tribe you created. Well, you need to go on. Hey, if you're an Israelite, I got something for you, dog. There's a person who really loves Israelites and Hebrews. His name is Anton Daniels. You might want to check him out. Because not recently, but I think it was like a couple months back, right? I mean, he really had something to say about Israelites and Hebrew. Well, those who stand around the corner and preach the word of God, right? He really has a problem with that. Oh, please check him out. Please check him out. Please. I mean, all them people around the corner, all they do, they're just wasting all these people's fun and shit. All they're doing is standing around the corner with them dirty ass clothes on, yada yada yada, and with them sandals on because he hates Earth people, yada yada yada, whoopty whoopty woo. I mean, like he has a fetish for y'all. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And this is the thing. We can't take people like that with us because literally in my group think, in my way of thinking, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter who you represent. As a Pan-African, if we come together and solve this problem, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're from. You can be from New York. You can be from Chicago. You could be from anywhere in the United States or anywhere from the country. As long as we can come together and solve this thing without it being off the hinges all the freaking time. And yes, women have to be included. You know why? Because not a lot of men, how do I say it? They all have testosterone. It's always me. It's crazy. But let me continue.
$million into this mission. 600 million in Illinois alone. 275 million more. This year counted 150 million. My HMIS number is 355061. How did y'all drop the ball for so many years on one individual? But y'all coming to budget and finance, y'all coming to budget and finance the demise of Black Chicagoans here. That's what y'all budgeting and financing. Y'all whittling us out and y'all doing it in such a gracious fashion. Y'all representing us as y'all do it. This what y'all doing.
Thank you very much for your comments. Our next speaker is Pray Eastlay.
Good afternoon to the city of Chicago. I am P. Ray of the 37th Ward. Chicago Red is our organization. Because we started this session with a prayer, I want to start my comment with the scripture. 1 Timothy 5:8 says, "But if any provide not for his own, and specifically for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel." So I want to talk to y'all today about not going to hell. In the 37th Ward, there was a family, the Jones family. Amarie Jones was standing in her family building that they've owned for 40 years, doing a TikTok dance with her mother. A bullet came through the window, hit her in the neck. She fell to the ground in front of her mother and bled to death. A month ago on the Chicago mugshot page, her mother was on that page. Her mother had on her daughter's rest in peace t-shirt. She washed it so many times that it was completely faded out. She was completely high, out of her mind, and the charge was possession. Now, the first $51 million that this council gave to the migrants came from the opioid settlement funds. I am here on behalf of the Jones family, on behalf of the 37th Ward, on behalf of Black Chicago, on behalf of the entire city, to ask you all to vote no and put that money back in opioid settlement fund. We need that money in my neighborhood. We need that on my block. That woman should not be at Cook County Jail because she's grieving over a random act of violence that caused her to lose her child in front of her face, when the city of Chicago has millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to give to people who ain't paid a dime into the tax base. We've been in my building for 52 years. We're about to pay some more taxes. The Jones family has been in their building for 45 years, paying taxes every year on time. So I'm asking y'all to use our tax money for our people. We need it. We got people leaning. We got people rocking. We got overdosing. We got pass out lines. You live on the west side, Mayor Johnson. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We need the money for us. We need opioid treatment on the west side of Chicago. We are the headquarters of the cartel, and everybody in here knows it. They selling more drugs than the law can allow, and y'all giving money back to them because they traffic those people up here. So we paying them going and coming. Absolutely not. We pay too much. It costs too much money to live in this city. Help Wanda Jones. Help every other grieving mother who feels like she has to go get high to get over the loss of her child. This is a woman who lived in that house. She still sleeps in that living room where her daughter passed out and bled to death. So I'm asking y'all to say no, put these people on the back burner, and put the money back in the opioid fund. We need that money. Thank y'all.
Opioids. I remember when niggas just snorted cocaine for a living. That was some opioids for your ass. But we talking about a different drug that I don't even know about. But anyway, let me transition over to what I seen earlier from Dr. Umar. Let me see if I can actually find that one. It's similar, but it's similar to what's going now. Here we go.
I can help you with the solution. I can give you one simple answer. Send them back. That's the only solution. That's it. Other than that, they will surpass us. It is math. It's simple math. They will overtake us in numbers at the rate that they have kids. They cannot be U.S. citizens. You are dooming our next generation to subservitude. I'm telling you this. Okay. It's just simple math.
I know, but
that's it. It's simple math.
I'm very good at math. Let me share something with you. Most of the persons that are here right now, under the technical definition, do not qualify for asylum.
I'm not concerned about them. I'm concerned about the children that they have. They will be U.S. citizens, and they will have a voting block. All we have to do now is look at the Hispanic voting block they have now. They get everything they want. Look at our communities. You should see the schools that they have as compared to the schools.
Is subsidizing while they're telling us that we need to be sympathetic to them. They're putting them in our community, the Black communities. We have to take the blunt of all of this illegal immigration. And we're getting told that we're the bad guys if we have any complaint for it. For years, the government has said that they were going to do something to the south side and the west side.
Can you help me with the solution you'd like to see me do?
Surely.
Yeah, it's starting to become bad. It's starting to become real bad. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. So, going back to this now, before I continue, I would like to know your answers. Are you for Trump or are you for Kamala? And we got a couple of months left, so I suggest you figure out in your brains right now, who would you think is best for the country right at this moment? And I wouldn't steer your answer any other way. Your answer is your answer, right? But just remember, if you say Trump, for example, if you say Trump, you know what you're letting in already. He's been in office already, so you already know what you're letting back in. With Kamala Harris, do you know who you're letting in? Do you know who you're letting in? I'm just asking the question. Do you know who you're letting in? So when I understand the question. So when I don't know what that is. A lot of people going to be with the oppressor. Hey, right now it's the two lesser evils. The one that puts you in jail, one that puts your innocent ass to jail, the other one executes you, but is making the rich rich and is giving jobs to the this slurpy queen. Well, hey, it's not like you have Cory Booker. If you have Cory Booker or Cornel West, I would say Cornel West would be more reasonable, but I'm getting sick and tired of actors. I'm really getting sick and tired of actors. I'm really getting sick and tired of actors because we have actors for presidents for most of the 93 years we've been voting. Well, yes, we can, not by individualism, by organizing. And say, if you do not heed to our list of demands, it becomes a problem. But here's the thing. They don't listen to words. They listen to what you're going to give them. Just like everybody else is brought. This is America. This is America. With opportunity, man. This is chess, not checkers. So if we sacrifice a little money here and there, and you end up giving to the person that you think is the most qualified candidate to run this country. And quite frankly, don't we want to go a little younger? Aren't you tired of these 78, 79, 80, 81, 82-year-old? No disrespect to my elders, but aren't you getting a little bit tired of these? And no offense, but Obama ain't shit. Obama wasn't shit. We learned our lesson already. But my thing is, aren't you tired? Opportunities, but not for our people. Trust me, when there's a will, there's a way, but it has to be it has to go into practice. It has to go into practice. You can't do it by yourself. It's like when me and Umar had that discussion like a year or some change back. He said it. It's like I asked him, I said, what can I do? He said, it's not you, it's a we. What can we do? We're not talking about individualism. And this is how we end up getting in this issue in the first place. Literally, individualism and social economics. You want to be socially economic? You want to be social with everybody. You want to be social with everybody but yourselves. You want to be social with whites. You want to be social with Chinese. You want to be social with the people who are taking over your buildings, who are literally taking you over and putting you out on the street. And there ain't nothing you can do about it because you don't know how to defend yourself. Oh, I forgot. You like shooting each other, right? So therefore, why don't you take all that energy, right, and exploit it to the people who are trying to overtake you? Literally overtake you. You don't have to like each other, but just like white folks, when they don't like each other and they see you, what are they going to do? They're gonna continue fighting just because they see you? No, they're going to literally stop, look at you, and destroy you. Remember, the enemy of the enemy is what? My enemy. A negative times a negative don't equal a negative. It equals a positive.
Project 2025 seems
blah, blah, blah. Oh, almost forgot about this. Now, Project 2025, that's just Illuminati stuff. That don't mean anything we had never heard before. It doesn't mean anything we never ever heard before. So
your comments. Thank you for your comments, Ms. Easley.
Yes, how you doing there, Mayor?
Good afternoon.
I come here for a different perspective. I come here to give you praise. I hope to soften the blow here. I think I've been sent here, after being evicted, after all the turmoil that I'm going through. I'm here to say thank you. I think you're doing a great job, despite the disparities that's going on within our communities. Shucks, I don't care what mayor was here, it wouldn't be done. But more importantly, I'm here to let you know that I'm a struggling young man. I've always, at your tenure, wanted to work for your administration. My goal is to get hired. I believe in your mission. I believe in the hope of the city. And then I see where your administration is going. I want to be a part of the process. Even if I do not work for your administration or hope to be hired for some job for the city. And one of the reasons that I thank the Lord that I'm here, because a lot of people don't think that I'll be hired. They think that I won't be helped by you. They think that things can't happen, to good people. I believe in you. I believe. And my goal is hopefully to work for your administration or for the city, and hopefully to even soften the blow. Because I see so much here. I almost want to pray for this environment, because I do not let anyone steer me wrong, just like you do. No matter what the bickering and the hollering.
Okay. No disrespect, but all the preaching stuff, I love a little bit of preaching, but around this time, put that on the back burner for now, sir. Now, as far as the 2025 year, you are absolutely correct, but let me extend it a little further. It's not just that they're going to try to roll back on civil rights and welfare, but they're also trying to get rid of Social Security. They're trying to put a stamper on abortions and shit like that. But it's a long list, and brother from another mother, he's going to lay all that out in a little bit. But let's continue. Like, subscribe to the channel.
Because I adore and I appreciate this whole administration, this whole body here, even the people, even that's behind me. Okay, kiss it.
And if you can, I'm just saying, if you can, please support the channel with a little Cash App, a little $1 here, 50 cents there. I'm just saying, if you can. Because brother, he likes to get his coffee. Donate to the coffee fund. He likes to get his cup of coffee every so often, like Wednesday, Saturday, and Sundays. Wednesday, Saturdays, and Sundays like that. It's coffee. We're already locked in your channel. Cool. If you would like, please become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel.
And just like this, I want to be an asset to the city and to your administration, or to some part working inside the administration. I just want to thank you, and I just want to say this very briefly. Lord, I want to thank you for this moment that you gave us. Lord, I want you to continue to bless our city. Lord, bless the people that surround us, Lord. Give them what they need, Lord. Calm their spirit, Lord. You've been ever so gracious, Lord. I want to thank you for what you're doing, for what you've done, and the thing that's going to be down and bestowed over our lives, and this city will be greater with our help and assistance. I thank you in Jesus' name, amen. Love you, Mayor.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Dillard. The next speaker is Ms. Jessica Jackson.
Did you talk to me?
So Christmas is coming early this year. We're going to check that list when it go up on that wall for voting, and we're going to check it twice. And we're going to find out who's been naughty or nice based on how y'all vote. And we're going to start it off with Maria Hatton. Yeah.
Chicago and some communities so angry? Why is all this kind of anti-immigrant sentiment coming up? And I want to explain to folks, it's because if we cared as much about Black people and had over the decades as we do about everyone else, we wouldn't be here. But the money from a 20.
All right. That would be Maria Hatton. Stepping out there, I see you. Don't get sarcastic because we can get jiggy, right? You set up here for that first 51 million, talking about how you feel about Black people and how you have to have the same energy for Black people. And you ain't.
By the way, that is Jessica Jackson. Jessica Jackson is ride it. Listen.
Never stood on this floor talking about money for Black people. You get on this floor and talk about Black and brown because you somewhere in the middle with it, right? But I'll tell you this, and I'm telling every other Black alderman in here today, you vote for the money for these immigrants today, and we coming for them seats. You can believe that. You're going to stop pimping the Black people's plight to get brown people, as y'all call it, money. You're going to give us our press conference up there on the 3rd floor, keep talking to the mayor's boy with the clink clink from his past. That's why he got to do what the mayor say do. Him and a lot of other ones in here with these shady pasts. That's why you got to vote the way that you vote. But all of us ain't got shady passes. Some of us free out here, and we can vote how we want to vote, and we're coming for those seats. Now, to align yourself with somebody who's obviously a one-term mayor, if he even makes it that far, you better be worrying about your job. You better be worrying about your longevity, because we're going to vote, and we're going to get you out, because you ain't doing right by us. That's what time it is. And for your law person that's next to you, I'm going to need you to check out that federal charge that I got against those public administrators over there for messing with Black people's property. It's federal case number 23CV14590. All right? And on that note, if y'all don't give us our money for the Black community, know this, we getting ready to file a federal injunction against City Hall for benign neglect to the south side and west side. You got that? Boom.
Thank you for your comments, Ms. Jackson.
Oh, she's a freaking Black.
The next speaker is
she's one hell of an activist. I'll tell you that much. She is one hell of an activist. How many we got left to go? Oh Lord.
Ms. Sarah Thomas Lena.
My name is Sarah Tomas Lemna, and I'm a community organizer with Asian Americans Advancing Justice Chicago, and I live in the 5th Ward. I'm calling on City Council to approve $70 million in funding to support new arrivals until the end of the year. Asian Americans Advancing Justice Chicago has been working on mutual aid with new arrivals across the city for over a year now. In addition, we have been part of the Bring Chicago Home campaign and Stop Shot Spotter Coalition, as well as have advocated for long-term solutions like treatment, not trauma. The common thread in what you have heard today is our anger in a broken system that we must reimagine together. It's the system that maintained generational disinvestment in communities of color across Chicago, and this is what prevents our city, one of the richest cities in the world, from paying.
Woman, you can't even drive on the right side of the road. Your ass cunt. Never mind.
A little bit more into the public safety net system.
These people literally come into our country and can't even drive on the right side of the road. causing a whole bunch of accidents and wonder why insurance rates go up. These people.
While schools and mental health clinics shut down in our communities. Food prices, rent, and childcare costs rise, and thousands of our neighbors continue to sleep on the streets. The common thread here is systemic racism, and these disinvestments have kept communities of color down for generations.
Hold up. Now, I know Chris Rock, he said this best. You got Black people talking about racism, right? Now you got whites and everybody talking. You got whites talking reverse racism. Oh, I'm going to get into them in a minute. Oh, I'm going to get into how white folks are now comfortable, so comfortable of calling you out your name, right? Because I had a cat up here, I think it was yesterday or the day before, asking me why I'm so angry. I'm like, I'm not angry. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm just telling you the TikTok, huh? But you know what? I have respect until respect is not given anymore. But you literally have white folks who are freely shouting out saying the word, the N word, the nigger word, without repercussions. And this is why I tell folks, I said, look, you're free to say the word, and I'll say it with you. But don't think for 1 second that it's going to go without a hitch. Because you may never know who might hear that, because on this here internet, you have thousands and thousands of people tuning in to the millions and millions. And you might get those people, those individual people who don't take kindly to your comments about calling our sisters Black bitches. But I'm going to get on that a little later with this lady right here talking about racism. Oh, so it's sideways racism with y'all. Oh, it's racism. Oh, we gotta do something to get rid of racism in this country. How about we get rid of y'all? How's that?
This systemic racism has also blocked any positive action on immigration from Congress for almost 40 years. Immigrants are simply not a priority in the federal system. And so I want to speak today to urge you to vote on Friday for $70 million which will be pulled from city reserves, not from any sort of funding to support individuals impacted by the opioid epidemic. In addition to those $70 million, we also need to start thinking about long-term solutions to fund affordable housing and economic development that will benefit all Chicagoans. So on Friday, this council will have that opportunity, and I urge you to vote yes to borrow $1.25 million over the next 5 years and to make economic security a reality for more of our neighbors. In addition, I would like to urge council to vote against the order that calls for alders to be able to choose whether to remove ShotSpotter technology on a ward-by-ward basis, and also calls for any decisions related to violence prevention funding to be brought to the Public Safety Committee and to a full City Council vote. We reject the intention and the outcomes of this order and support Mayor Brandon Johnson's decision to cancel the contract with ShotSpotter citywide. Chicago has long been a welcoming city, and we are committed to ensuring that it remains that way. We are facing a challenging moment, but it's nothing we haven't faced before. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Ms. Thomas Linda. The next speaker is Mr. George Blakemore.
The problem is racism. I guess you can hear me. The problem is racism. This is worse than Communist China. All these people sitting here, they're a member of one party, the Democratic machine. These black ones do not have our interests. They work for the master. These big-headed white men run this system. Man, they run it. And I was looking around and said, well, how many white women do they have here? You know, during suffrage, the white woman didn't like that because she couldn't vote and she was like a subject to a big-headed white man. So looking here, I don't see many white women here. I one or two. So the problem here in Chicago is racism, nepotism, corruption, a one-party system. These big-headed white men run this. This big-headed man doesn't run this. These black ones, they don't have no power. Who slaves them? Corporate America. Who runs corporate America? These big-headed white men. Now, you can be in denial.
Just say elitist. Jesus, you old enough to just say like they gonna do anything. Just say the elite.
Now look at you over there, passing right here. Look at that while I'm talking. Young lady, sit down. Sit down. Tell her to sit down. Tell her to sit down. So wait a minute. You don't like this? I'm going to tell you, I'm educating you, I'm informing you, I'm enlightening you. These big-head white people that enslaved us brought us here. Now they're giving money to another people. Are they nappy, hair, big nose, thick lip, and a black booty hole like mine? No, they're not. And they
Did he just say what I think he just said? Did he just say what I think he just said? I'm going to move on.
Giving millions and millions of dollars to them. Can't you see how arrogant she is? When I told her to be seated, she's going to stand up and go, you work for us.
Mr. Blakemore, please stay in the microphone so we can hear you, sir. Thank you.
Something is mighty wrong here, sir. We're still on the white man's plantation. And I urge black people to be selfish. A selfish people. Self-preservation is the first law of nature. Focus on you. They're giving millions. They're showing you better than they can tell you. They're showing you by giving, they're not giving no money to them, these big-headed white men. We're still on the plantation.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Blakemore. Your time has expired. Your Honor, there are no further speakers for public comments.
Thank
you. Chicago's gonna go through a hell of a lot. Just like New York, just like LA, just like parts of Florida, Dallas. Yeah, OG was 100%, but he had to leave that booty comment to himself. But anyway, he was wilding, wasn't he? He remind me of something. Listen, dear Mr. President, tell me what to do. These niggas acting up in the hood, send more troops. Rest in peace, Tupac. Rest in peace, Tupac. So, this next one is on my brother from another mother. Let's listen to Islam and what he has to say. The migrant sketches.
Pay more money to put them on a drug. The more drugs they put them on, they get more money for that. Special education gets roughly double than that of the standard education. So it's money, money, money. Then we slavery have a mental disease. They quite literally said, if that Negro, or they use the heavy ER, if he is trying to run away, there's something wrong with him. There's something wrong with you because you don't want me to whip you or chop your foot off. You know, there's something wrong with you. How the hell is it that today people can say pretty much anything that they want to say to a degree, but the higher up you go in class, since you brought classism up, the less people speak the truth. The more money they get, the less they'll speak the truth, because 9 times out of 10, they get it through sports. They get it through some type of, field or endeavor when it comes to how this system works. They speak less truth. They have more money. So now they have this class circumstance going on. Racism is never going to be inseparable. You can be a billionaire. Let racism hit you. Kanye West, for example. It don't matter. You will get hit. That still has power. And of course, the sexism plays a role because now there is still a dominant of men, but now there are certain men trying to put women in a certain position to be dominant as a front to make it seem as though they care about women and women's rights and all of that. And there's a whole layer cake of where we're going in when it comes to this. But as a part of all of that, classism, racism, and sexism, psychiatry and those who control the minds will always have the superior control. That's my point. It don't matter where you go in any of these areas, these layers, these endeavors. Any one of these people can be taken off to a mental facility with simply a nod from a psychiatrist. Any one of these people can be declared crazy, have their money removed, their family removed, their entire career destroyed. Any one of these people can be put permanently in that area. Oh, that's her. Oh, he one of those. Simply by being declared mentally unstable, schizophrenic, depressive, all of these things, brother, because of labels that were manufactured and manipulated by a group of people who are not even qualified to tie their own damn shoes. And I'm talking to the American Psychiatric Association. You talking about some of the most wicked, evil, insane people on the planet who are controlling the mindsets of everybody else on the planet.
And I saw this when I was teaching, man. I'll never forget this. They had a particular student who was very active, I would say, right? And so one day I saw them just staring and a little drooling going on. It wasn't nothing extreme, but he was just basically staring. He was very sedated. So I asked the counselor what was up, and they said they increased his medication. And fire, this is a scary thing. I'm talking about it not to be able to function.
Things happen. Things are changing.
Function in society. So what do you plan on doing with them?
Brother, that's a question. But they're crippling society in order to get rid of society. It goes back to history when it comes to the feeble-minded undesirables, which are terms that were properly utilized in eugenics, where they were saying get rid of these human beings. Remember, the sterilization movement had agreements in over 30 of the states in the United States. They were using sterilization techniques legally, right? So that whole circumstance is very real, and it's a silent thing that a lot of people, they're not hearing too much of right now. But you got millions of people on the spectrum, brother, when it comes to autism, and then you have all these other people that are handicapped, and you have all these healthy children that are just being doped up every day, and they're not able to live a natural, healthy life. And people talking about, oh, Johnny crazy. Oh, a little sis is crazy. She didn't take her meds. She didn't take her meds. He didn't take his meds. It's a culture now by these evil, wicked bastards who are not even close to being qualified to govern anybody. But they said, we found a way to drug humanity into a position where they are docile, we can control them. The problem is it backfired because now this thing is going into generation after generation. Now the people who are supposed to be taking care of these elders who set this evil thing in play, not gonna be able to take care of them. So now what's about to happen now? You see what I'm saying? Like it's a number of layers to this topic, but it's a very real situation, which is why we can't put our hands in, we can't put our life in the hands of this system because they genuinely are trying to take us out.
And that segues into another question I have here. In your book, Message to Millennials, anyone watching, if you don't have it, make sure you purchase it. Powerful read. You speak about the mentality of the character Thanos from the movie Avengers.
Oh yeah, Thanos. Yeah.
Being an exemplification of the world leaders who want to kill
Missouri Bowls. Welcome to the channel.
A large percentage of the population to save a small percentage of the population. Can you elaborate on that idea more and why you use that as an example in your book?
Absolutely. I had to bring that up because that is the ultimate agenda overall above everything else. They can't control the masses of humanity, so they are doing their best to now get rid of a large percentage of humanity. And they did a big test recently between 2020 and 2023, dealing with the quote unquote pandemic. They wanted to see how many people would run out and get something without having any information about it, any real science about it, any real proof that it works. No information about the ingredients, no information about long-term studies. They don't know a goddamn thing, but they'll take it. Let's see how many will fall for it. Let's see how many we have to force, or how many we have to threaten their job, how many we have to threaten their education, their travel, their children's education. How many people can we get if we do all these different things and then eventually mandate it, enforce it, and blah, 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 blah. Over 5.3 billion human beings on the planet took the first dose. Let me say that one more time. Over 5.3 billion human beings on the planet took the first dose. You're talking about over 65% of the population of the planet. So that was successful. Let's make that clear. And if you start to look at the science and what has been coming out recently, it demonstrates exactly what their agenda was. Because if you don't want to get it, well, you won't be able to live life normally, because the science that has come out, the shots were released, by the way. You know what, man? Somebody said this to me. They said, Reason, I don't understand this. When we were growing up, if you were fat, you were called fat. It's activity. It's lack of self-love, let alone a mile. You can't do 3 or 4 or 5 push-ups. Getting them started, see, at least getting it moving and having people that believe in the mission. As long as you don't try to walk up or stop me from doing the work. You know, I mean, the envy and jealousy is big too, because you know, the jealousy is, I don't like that people like you. The envy is, I wish I had what you have that makes people like you. So it's like you got envy and jealousy, which, you know, a person who is envious or jealous, they can potentially become a killer. That's where it goes.
For serious thing, man.
Yeah, they will. Like if it keeps digging at them and digging at them, and they keep seeing somebody who they feel is in their position or has what they feel they deserve or what they want, they don't like that you got it and they want it. You got some people who will move to that point. I've heard people on the internet with pretty large followings, supposedly followings or numbers at least, talking about study.
Up on studying.
It's what, again, like, whoa, okay, all right, well, I respect that. Yeah, believe in yourself and your own people, build your own, fund your own. That's another thing I want to mention real quick. If we don't fund it, we don't control it. It's another. Underneath him, get from underneath him. Get your own land, your own everything, build your own stuff. That way it's power that meets power, and power only respects power. Power don't respect nothing beneath it. All that crying and all that, that's not what the system respects. It respects the fact that when it tries to come and take stuff from you, you can blast back and be like, excuse me? You can protect yourself. And they're like, whoa, okay, all right, well, I respect that. Yeah. Believe in yourself and your own people. Build your own, fund your own. That's another thing I want to mention real quick. If we don't fund it, we don't control it. It's another major thing I want to just bring up real quick. If we don't fund it, we don't control it. So don't complain about things that you don't control if you don't fund them. So we're always arguing about certain celebrities.
Media, movies, sitcoms.
Come on, everything. We argue about these artists and celebrities not standing up, but fail to support them or fund their projects or fund what they do if they do stand up. Hold on now. We can't have both of these things. Either you're going to support the person all the way, including yourself and ourselves, or we're not. And it's just that simple. My businesses that I have, self-funded and funded by the people, not by the system. Never had to sell out, never had to get a check from nobody, never had to get a loan from them, never had to get a co-signer from them, investors that say, well, look, if you're going to do this, I need to be a part of this. No. By the people and self-funded, and we can do this. I've done it, and I've seen others that have done it. We have to believe more in ourselves, and really, like the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, get with those who are like-minded. Just get with the like-minded among our people. Everybody else will follow along afterwards. But just get with those who think like you and build from there, and then we can expand from that point.
We have a homelessness crisis in our country. We also have a housing crisis, right? What's up with the migrant support? And we have two things going on. Major cities have a big emergence of migrant support going on. They're receiving a lot of funding and housing and other services. But at the same time, these same cities have a housing crisis for their native population, and they have a homelessness crisis going on. Have you been observing this?
The homelessness has worsened so bad all throughout America. It's right in front of the White House, like right.
Somebody told me I was on mute. Now I gotta start all over again. But anyway, I have no problem with graffiti, right? I have no problem with graffiti as long as it's an art form. As long as it's look needy and presentable, fine, cool. But when you just start spraying and it just looks like a piece of shit and people just pissing and shitting all over them, all over the place. I mean, you literally gotta clean that shit up. You literally gotta clean that shit up. And I was like, clean up your communities, just like your parents taught you long time ago to clean up your room. Why don't you clean up your communities? Because if you don't, and you dump it and you abandon it, guess who's going to take it over? I had a conversation with an associate of mine, and he said, we need to move. I was like, move for what? It was like, why we have to move when we got everything right here? He said, I have a question. You think we could fix up these hoods? And he showed me a picture, and I said, yes. And they're all stuck. Why? Why do you wanna clean up their hood? I was like, if you don't, somebody else will. You're gonna have Chinese people coming in here and taking over, building it to what it should be, and raising the price value. Once you abandon your facility, the prices go down. And when you pay for that facility and you build it to where you want it to, the price goes up. Make sense? So if you don't want your hood to be Chinatown or looking like Black Korea, go ahead and fix it. Either fix it or tear it down and rebuild it into what you desire. As a people, what you desire. Stop complaining about it.
In front of the gate of the White House, there's a man who's been living in front of the White House for over 20 years who I met, same tent and everything. That man has been in front of that White House for at least 4 presidencies. And he has told me, I interviewed a man. It was literally right there in front of, he said, I have been here for all these years, listening to the promises. And all I see is more of my people out here, more veterans, more children, emancipated minors, more prostitutes, more everything. People lost their homes, didn't have the money. The housing market, how it fluctuated, the taxes, everything is getting more expensive. And you mean to tell me after all that the people sacrifice, people that live in America, over 330 million human beings in this nation, that you're going to dole out hundreds of millions of dollars for people who just got here? The question is, what is the purpose and reason as to why the U.S. government is wholesale importing people from all these different countries? It's not just, the border is not secure in Mexico. No, it's not just that. They're letting it happen. Let's make this clear. They're letting this happen. And people come from all over the world, not just the continent of Africa, not just in Mexico, but tons of people coming from Europe, tons of people coming from different parts of the quote unquote Middle East, but they're letting it happen.
Only God can forgive you now.
People into California, over here in LA, they've been busing people all into Chicago. They are now paying people who just got there roughly $9,000 a month, a living wage, giving them full insurance and helping them to live.
Hold on, Fire. Hold on.
Brother, come on, man.
You said they're getting $9,000 a month?
$9,000, upwards of $9,000.
That's crazy, man.
You're not doing that for the people who've been living there their whole life? A month. $9,000 a month, bro. Come on. That's a living wage. That's a real living wage. That's twice a living wage. Really?
But where's this money coming from? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you have a population that's already there struggling, where did you get this money from for other people?
Exactly. Well, first off, the printing press has never stopped, right? So the United States Mint prints it, Federal Reserve guides it, the banks demand it, the politicians and the governments demand it, and they say, well, send money here, here, here. But the question is, what is the purpose? Why are they doing it? Why are they so hell-bent on providing things for people who just got here? And one thing that I believe personally is that because so many people in America have not complied, have been so indoctrinated, but also become so aware of the policies of their local government, the policies of the federal government, and they are looking at the fact that they don't trust the government. They're not going to comply with certain things coming down the pipeline. But there are people who come in from the outside who believe in the American dream. They're going to do whatever this government says. They're going to fight for them. They're going to pay whatever, do whatever this government says without question. And I believe personally that they're trying to replace not only the middle class, but even the lower class, primarily Black folks, some Mexican folks. They're trying to replace them, primarily the ones who have been here, is my point, with people who will comply, with people who will fight for this government, because a large number of people are not going to enlist with the armed forces. So I believe they're also doing it for that purpose, because a large number of people are middle-aged, or young military-age men who are coming over here, late teens, early 20s. I'm like, yo, this is I mean, it's consistent. The majority of those coming over are primarily under the age of 25, military aged, and they're coming in wholesale. So I'm just trying to think, what are they doing this for? What is the purpose for? So I truly believe one side of it is for them to strengthen the numbers of the military, because the military is not as strong, and America is looking at another side of World War here. Because you're talking about America currently has roughly 1.4 active military. China has 2 million. So America has 1.4 million. China has 2 million. You're talking about roughly 600,000 more than this government. China has the largest standing army currently right now. China is a part of BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. They've added the United Arab Emirates. They've added Egypt. They've added Ethiopia. They've added other nations, and they are trying to now combat the United States government, the United Nations, and all of those who have been pushing these agendas. So you're talking about a cataclysmic maneuver here that is not so small or so simple. My mind is going further than this, because when you're allowing people to come in wholesale into your nation with total open borders, it's not so simple as, oh, we just want to help these people and they can just seek asylum. It's not just that. There's something else behind this. And I personally, again, believe that this government is planning to increase the numbers for war. That's my.
What the hell, man? Are you serious right now? Hey, now you get, first James Earl Jones died. Then Franklin Beverly from Mays dies. Now Tito Jackson passes too? Tell me you just joking right now, man. Damn it. This is fair. You know why? This is fair how these people are just floating away. You know why? Here's why. It's not so much the curse. It's not so much the curse. It's so much is that maybe God is talking. Maybe the Spirit of God is talking to you. And the Spirit of God is saying some to this degree. Man wants to build destruction. Where I wanted to build life, man wanted to destroy. What I created man to do the work of me, God, not me as in I'm not a God at all, but you know what I'm trying to say. Man wants to create something in his image versus what God had already created. And it's not so much that Frankie or James Earl Jones did something wrong. Maybe they did something wrong in their life. I don't know. But James Earl Jones lived a long life. Remember, you don't have to reach 90. My wife's pastor's mother, which we call her Mother Summers, she just reached 100. She just reached 100. She reminds me of my grandmother when she died at 89. But and my great grandmother died at 103. You don't have to reach that. So I often say, be humble where you are. The curse that it's not so much as that. I'm trying to put the word in. I'm trying to put a different word to it. It's just that how this world is. It's just how the world operates and how the world perceives itself. Not everybody is on the same page, right? if you were to say, and also it's by spirit, and people don't believe how spirit travel. Your words travel in often places where if you were to say F you to somebody, right? F you need to go to hell, kiss my ass, blah, 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 blah. That negative energy travels to another person and to another person and to another person. But if you speak good into somebody, how are you doing today? Can I help you with something? Let me get your coat. Let me open the door for you. You have a nice day. Remember, God loves you and so do I. All that positive energy hits another person and another person and another person. I mean, we all have, I hear what you're saying, my brother, but we all have our beliefs. But one day I asked, just like, and sorry for the WWE reference, just like when Jey Uso and Damian Priest set their differences aside for the better good, I know we can do that too. But there are a lot of lazy Negroes out there. A lot of lazy Negroes. Yes, I see what you're saying. I'm asking just because Israelites, we say we are in a condition. Yeah. I hear what you're saying, and we disobey our. Yes, we do. We do, and we get and you know what? And this is the reason why we ask for forgiveness. Seeking God and hallelujah, seeking God as sackcloth and ashes, fasting and being humble and humilifying yourself and not nobody else. There's ways of getting rid of it. There's ways of getting rid of something. But if you're just constantly doing it over and over, depending upon what it is, you're gonna end up hurting not everybody else but yourself. But that energy, you bringing down another person is what I'm saying. You bringing down another person is going to ultimately destroy you. Just like we bring down women all the time. We often talk shit about our women all the time. And women talk shit about us too. That's why I say the accountability is on both sides. And I cannot fight this war alone. I need my woman. And you should need her too. Because we cannot fight. I'll show you an example. We can skip this for a little bit. I'll show you another example, my brother. I'll show you another example of how we're so damn divided. We are so damn divided. So I thought when you said curse, you were speaking of the. No. I'm not speaking of the curse. I'm not talking about that. No, I'm not talking about that. But let me show you how divided we really are. Oops, that was the wrong one. Let me just show you how divided we truly are as a people. When I go to the Lakeith network sometimes, and I like to listen. I like to listen because they have some similar ideas, and some of them I listen to, and others I don't. Some things I listen to, and some things I don't. I'll revert back to this because this was a good live. This was a good live to go to and to listen to it, to keep constantly going back to this into it. It's healthy it's healthy in a way because we know what we're facing against. But sometimes we got to take the gloves off and we got to smack each other upside the head to get to a point and say, are you done now? Are you done? So are we going to continue doing this, or are we going to fight our true enemy? That's how I took from it. How you take from it, once I play this, you might think differently. So let's see.
In 1965.
But freedom is not.
Now, mind you, this is just a group of people who are just up here and they have their own ideologies of, different videos that they play every day. They have their own perspective. So let's listen.
You do not wipe away the scars of centuries by saying now, you are free to go where you want and do as you desire and choose the leaders you please. You do not take a person who for years has been hobbled by chains and liberate him, bringing up to the starting line of a race, and then say, you are free to compete with all the others, and still justly believe that you have been completely fair.
It's pathetic. It's not a question of, there's no you who has the control to be completely fair or completely unfair. I mean, the circumstances are, so someone once criticized the mental tests on grounds that the tests were unfair. And I think it was David Reisman who said, the tests are not unfair. Life is unfair. And the tests are measuring the results. But who has control of life? Who has control of the past? Who has control of the culture that people have in the present, which they've inherited from the past?
He is such
What's buddy name again?
Thomas Sowell, his cool name.
Right?
So that man, Lyndon B. Johnson, clearly said, yes, we can change you up and brought you to a race, and then told you to run after you've been enchained all of this time. And it's unrealistic to believe that you could have a just life. And this coon ass nigga gonna say, man, that shit on them. Get your goofy ass out of here. That's why fucking reparations is. Look.
What I wanna say is, first of all, before I make the statement, I want to apologize to JR for the past 3 clips you played. I don't think this panel is ready to communicate on a level to where we can kind of like be genuine about the clips you're making, because instead of actually listening to his point and trying to understand it, we attack his character and all this other stuff. We gotta just try to, just because we disagree with somebody don't mean we can't try to understand the position or point they make, or even appreciate that they took time out of their life to do some research and kind of look at the research they did and how they were able to substantiate their facts to try to get an understanding. Until we can kind of do that, these type of conversations are going to be very shallow. But I will say that Lyndon B. Johnson, that speech is the speech that pretty much crippled Black people, that made them content.
Fuck out of here. God.
Okay, if I can
Hey,
finish
yo,
my
I
point.
swear to God, Darwin, bro, you be
If I
really
can-
doing some
if I can
you be
finish
really
my-
saying some disingenuous
If you
shit,
wait
Joe.
long
Like,
enough,
real
you'll be able
talk,
to
bro.
understand.
Look, man,
You'll-
look, like
If you
sometimes you
wait
real
long
deal
enough,
be like,
you'll be able to understand.
you real
Go
deal
ahead, go ahead and be rude and
any
interrupt, brother.
chance
Go
that
ahead.
you try and make us seem like, bro, you gotta chill with that. Some of that borderline simping you be doing on here is really getting to me. I'm like, though, you gotta
Wow,
chill with
so now
that.
that's
If we
simping.
didn't agree with
Simping is
Buddy,
the-
if we didn't agree, if we didn't agree with Buddy,
That's
we
simping?
didn't agree with him. You know what I'm
And
saying?
when did we
Yeah,
change the term simping, the meaning of the term simping?
Hey, look, bro. I'm
You
talking
shooting
about
yourself
from
in the foot.
the multiple times. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I aim very well when I shoot. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, bro, you got to stop with all this trying to, ladies, the gentlemen on the panel are saying this, man. Stop with that.
Yeah, Thomas Sowell, he wrote the book Black Rednecks versus White Rednecks or some shit. Some Sambo ass nigga.
Yeah, bro. You really be making yourself look crazy to me. I'm saying right now, we didn't agree with the brother. I felt like he was shucking and jiving for the dude that was interviewing him. I listened to I I'm ready for the intellectual conversation because I actually watched the video earlier and already made up my mind on what it was.
Okay,
So
what
to
did
come
you
on
s-
here and be again
what made you make
disingenuous
your
to say
mind?
what we're not ready for is crazy for me to
What
hear
is it
from.
that you heard that made you make your mind up? Exactly. All right, shut the hell up. So now look.
All right.
The words could never, the words that you just said, I often express every single time I'm on live. But since no one bothers to read the letter and everyone thinks that the whole thing is fake, just like they say, just like when Tommy Sotomayor thinks that Harriet Tubman is fake, just like when Chaotic Truth thinks that Harriet Tubman is fake, you're fighting brother against brothers. You're fighting against yourself. So if they don't believe you, they just don't believe you.
So now that's when we getting out of hand. Whatever state you in, stay there.
Okay, so you want to run threats. You could
Whatever
call me a
state
simp,
you in,
but I'm
stay
just
there because
sitting
we
here
don't do that
telling
over
you
here.
to shut up and you can call me out my name.
Whatever state you in, stay there because we don't do that over here.
I'm gonna finish my point. The speech that Lyndon B. Johnson just spoke was the speech that's pretty much
I swear
purple
y'all
black.
make me question. Y'all make me question where y'all from, bro. I swear to God, I'll be questioning where y'all from.
Finish. Why y'all being
I
so rude
swear to
tonight?
God, I
Is this how
swear
the
to
women be
God,
acting?
y'all make me question where y'all from.
All right,
All the time.
we got to be able to have a conversation. Y'all, let's
Y'all
just
being
have a
so
conversation.
rude tonight.
Just because y'all,
Because I'm tired of people
don't agree don't mean
apologizing.
that
My
we can't.
people, when it comes to our culture, all of a sudden y'all want to throw our culture under the bus. He just sat here and said that was the thing that held black folks back. That was the nail in the coffin for black folks. Not the many things that transpired before that. Come on, bro. I swear to God, y'all make me question where y'all from.
What you're
Every
doing
time.
is what y'all are doing is y'all have an issue with listening. Y'all struggle with listening. Y'all don't even listen long enough to understand what I'm saying. Y'all are playing double dutch.
I'll be emotional. I will be emotional. When it comes to this, I'm very emotional.
I
I'm not talking about you.
I began to repeat myself, and I haven't even got past the last word I said the first time, and you coming with the same thing. That confirms that you don't even want to listen to the context.
I don't want to have a conversation about somebody that's gonna sit here and listen to a coon ass dude throw black people under the bus and say black people or black culture is no culture and that we're promoting all this violence and everything else and black people ain't no good.
We ain't picked the video.
On the national stage, you're gonna be in this interview talking this mad cash shit about us. I'm good on that.
So look,
I'm good, especially
See how divided we are. See? Now there's certain things that I will agree on, and there's certain things I won't. But let's get to Dr. Umar. Yeah, I'm with Swinney. Yeah, of course. But you don't have to challenge every damn thing. Just stating, damn, you don't have to challenge everything because not everybody's gonna listen to you. Because what's in the history books it's what's there. When you say that segregation, right? When you say that segregation gave us family. It gave us jobs. It gave us wealth. I say, well, okay, how much wealth do we have in this country? How much wealth alone do we have in this country? It said at the time it was 1.5%. Guess what? We're in 2024. It has not moved, not one damn iota. So Sweeney may be an asshole, but is he right? Yes, he is right. Because to this day, whether we were striving and thriving and whatever, and we were under the system of white supremacy, we still at that same. I'll even give it 2.0 I will give it 2.0. That's all I'm giving it. Hasn't even moved. LeBron James, just last year, or just months ago, became not only one of the highest players that ever played the game, but he just crossed over to billionaire. What has he built? And don't say the school. Don't say the school that the white folks built on. He supported that school in Akron, Ohio. I'm talking about building your own school. See, people complain, and I'm going to say it, people can complain about Umar Ifatunde all day, every day, that he's sucking Sukihana's titties. But guess what? Where are your institutions? He has his. Where's yours? He has his school. Where's yours? Where is yours? He don't support black people. Oh, yes, he does support black people. You don't. I get so goddamn irritated that other people from different walks of life just come up and just do the whole Sukihana thing. The man, first of all, the man is single. And then he just, I mean, he does this all the time. But if he wants to start doing the what's the change, if you want to do the whole change your heart thing, you remember Change Your Heart, where there was one woman talking with three men, or one man talking with three women, the dating show. If he wants to do the whole change your heart thing, let him do the change your heart thing. You want him to get married so bad? Let him get in a relationship first. But then y'all become a bunch of hypocrites talking about he's not married. What will marriage do for the black man now? Oh, I'm sorry, the black family. Did I mention the black man? Because as far as I'm concerned, marriages only benefit the black man, not the family, but the black man, because the black man wants to be ahead of everything else but God. Which means he wants to represent himself financially. It's going to financially benefit us. But what about the woman? Oh, fuck the woman. She's beneath me. Oh, really? Where were all them nights when the white man was whooping your ass and you came home and the only thing that you wanted was comfort? Can you get comfort from a man? Another man? I surely hope not. I mean, it's okay, bro. That's all right, brother. If you like the switches, then go ahead and do you, my brother. Not me. See, I wish I had a can of pussy. I'll open it up each time. I'll get drunk off of that shit. I can't get drunk off of, you know what? Pause that. You get comfort from a woman. The woman that you go home to every night. The woman that, I have to say, how was your day, right? How was your day? Can I fix you something? Can I rub your back a little bit? Tell mama how I understand it, because guess what? She feels the exact same way that you do. Your pain is her pain. Her pain is your pain. Can you share that with a white lady? No. Can you share that with a white man? No. Oh, you can actually share your struggles with a white man. Oh, they were calling me a nigga at work. Them damn hooligans I'll go and talk to Jim in the morning. Hey, Jim, I would appreciate it if you would not call my wife that word, please. Nah, you need a nigga to go up there and say, you need to watch your mouth before I tear your tongue out of your throat. You understand? Now call my wife a nigga again. You need that ride or die type of nigga. You need somebody, you need a woman that is, I don't want to hit Quisha. I don't want to hit Jennifer. I don't want to hit Victoria. But if they disrespect me and your chick come up there and start slapping the shit out of them, you need one of them ride or dies. But slowly but surely, you're separating yourselves from one another. You are completely separated. Now, guess what? The white man is free to say whatever he wants to say. Oh, before I get into that, and before I get into what I really need to get into, I want to give my condolences to a young brother in Elijah McClain. Elijah McClain, who passed away due to, I guess it was a ambulance. I forgot what they call them, pediatricians or something like that. It was an ambulance that gave him too many drugs and was going to give him 5 years, but they ended up giving him probation, which is kind of suspect. But let me pay this for the little brother that just away.
Judge decided 5 years was too long for paramedic Peter Chikuniak. It's a development, a big one, in a case that's garnered international attention. Prosecutors who tried the case say they are disappointed in the decision to convert this to 4 years of probation. The mother of Elijah McClain says she's not surprised.
9 News investigative reporter Chris Vanderveen's been covering this case for years. Turns out it's kind of a procedural question that the court was answering today.
It is, and it's based upon the judge's interpretation of state law, and this is what it comes all down to. Courts can modify certain sentences after a defendant has served at least 119 days. Chikuniak has now spent more than that in prison, and thus his attorney made the request last month. In a court filing, prosecutors called this procedural move the escape hatch, noting that it's exceptionally rare, only used 22 times since 1977 in this judicial district. Chikuniak pled with the judge back when he was sentenced in early March, telling the packed courtroom he wished he could go back and make changes that would have saved Elijah McClain's life. The 5-year sentence was by far the toughest sentence for any of the 2 paramedics and 1 officer found guilty for their roles in the 2019 death. McClain stopped breathing shortly after paramedics injected him with ketamine. His mother told 9 News today she expected the leniency, adding, quote, "I'm not surprised at all. None of those involved have escaped divine judgments against them. I'm sure those sentences won't be televised."
Don't just use the internet, unleash it with ultra-fast speed.
Shouts out to the families of Sonia Massey, or condolences to the family of Sonia Massey, condolences to the family of Sade Robinson, condolences to the family of Elijah McClain. Amphetamine is a veteran drug. Why would the ambulance have that? That's something. Listen, that is something that the mother is going to have to fight. That is something that the mother is going to have to fight. I mean, I've never heard of this drug before. But why are you using drugs in the first place? Why are you using a particular drug like that in the first place? I have no freaking clue at all. Yeah, that is wild. It's just as wild as what happened with Sonia Massey when and I can't wait for that trial. And I can't wait. I definitely can't wait for the trial of Sade Robinson. I can't wait for that. Karaman is close to PCP. Uh-huh. So they're trying. Yeah. Good Lord. Just listen, I'm not a Tariq Nasheed person, but he the warning that he presented. He said not to go to HR if you don't have to. Because they literally are trying to give you trying to get you some drugs to get you up out of there. Including at the time in the pandemic, they're trying to give you the shot. So but I gotta do some promotions real quick for my girl, my sister, Shish Trish. Hey, like and subscribe to Shish Trish's channel. She has a good channel there, but I gotta promote her stuff real quick. Be right back in a couple seconds.
Get ready for the most glamorous event of the year, the U2B Streets Awards 2025. February 9, 2025 at Laven Midtown, located at 641 West 42nd Street, New York City. Join us at 12 p.m. for the pre-show red carpet extravaganza and a chance to win $500 in our fashion contest. From 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., enjoy the gold tier experience with speakeasy confessionals, press interviews, and premium cocktails. At 4 p.m., the platinum tier includes performances, a comedic host, an award ceremony, dinner, and gift bags. From 8 p.m., the diamond tier features a VIP after party with a DJ, aerial dance, fire performances, and gift bags. 24 YouTube categories. And many nominees. Can't attend in person? Stream the entire event live on Hush and Move Media via Uscreen for just $9.99. Get your early bird tickets before September 15, 2024. Visit now. Be a sponsor. Be extraordinary. Be there. Be great.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you're not yet become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel, please do so. Going into our next video, we haven't seen the doctor in quite a while. He's over there with the sorority sisters, you know, chilling, doing what he's doing. And everybody expects him to do one thing, and he's his own man. So with that being said, let's continue.
Like this big push of Trump support from black people. What's going on here, Fight?
Couple. If you look at Chicago,
he was just gonna say it. I hate when he says it.
Chicago, the brothers and sisters are already talking about it in Chicago. They say the way where they put these migrants at in our community, you know, they were telling me how some of the Latino gangs are recruiting them, arming them. They're hurting black people. They beat up one black girl really bad, messed the whole eye up. Nobody went to prison. They said, if you look at the writing on the wall, they are arming themselves to one day rise up against us. There was something, this white woman did a report on YouTube where she said a whole bus full of migrants came to Chicago and somebody from the army brought bags full of weapons on there. She said she saw it herself. If this doesn't go as quickly as they want it to go in terms of us being replaced by them, they're going to instigate a racial class that will lead to a mass loss of life for black folks, because the government is going to stand with them against us. we're going to be seen as the perpetrator. So black people need to get armed. We need to get ready. But we also need to admit that part of this is our fault, though, because we have pushed this multiculturalism. We have preached this black and brown thing so long that, well, since they're always talking about black and brown, send the brown people in there. And that's exactly what they did, because we don't believe in having communities of our own.
Social immigration. For so long, most of you mofos have been preaching social immigration for so long and putting into practice, you forgot that these people literally don't care nothing about you, because they seen you and they seen your culture for what it is, trash. So what do you do to a cult? What do you do to a person who literally doesn't see you as a valuable asset? Get rid of you.
But with that being said, the biggest reason why black people don't get anything for our vote and never will is our vote is disorganized. In order to hold you the new mayor of Camden, hypothetically, he's the new governor of New Jersey, hypothetically, I can't hold either one of you accountable if we did not vote as a group. I have to be able to tell you that 45% of the black vote went to you, and we did this together. So if you don't open up them swimming pools, if you don't come up with some jobs, your next election, you're gone. Whether we get that 45% vote to another Democrat, another independent, or the Republican, you will not be in office the next time around. But when you vote as individuals, there's no organization or structure to your vote. You can't make them kind of threats because you voted by yourself. And you alone can't unseat me. You alone can't unseat me. You alone can't unseat me. Don't you find it interesting that people only tell black people to vote? They never tell them to organize it. Jews organize their vote. Those immigrants who are voting, it's going to be organized. The Arabs, they organize. I'm not saying they all vote for the same candidate, but they vote in blocks that are large enough where the person running for office better heed whatever it is they need to get done, because if you lose that block of votes, you might not carry that election. We don't do that. We ain't got no black voting blocks. Show me somebody that got a black voting block. We are completely dependent on the Democratic Party plantation to carry out anything black people need done. We don't vote as independent voters. We don't think as independent voters. It's all Democrat until it's not.
And there it is. And you believe in immigration. You believe in, learning and sharing your resources with everyone else but yourself. Have you learned your lesson yet? Have we learned our lesson? Have we learned that maybe the white man's ice isn't cold after all? It's when it's just the same damn ice. When you keep buying Gucci and Gabbana and Christian Dior's and all this and Jordans, all this other stuff. If I ever buy a Jordan, that means I earned it. If I go to a black-owned online store all the time. And you know what? The only reason I have not purchased their shoes is because they keep selling out. They never have anything in my size. They all sell out. And that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to sell out. But it's supposed to sell out with ours, not everybody's. But since everybody don't like the price, everybody complains about the prices. Everybody complains about how much this is. This is too expensive. I can go to this white man's store and get it the same thing for cheap. That ain't the point. The point is we've been held back for so long, is that when we finally get, because every nigga wants a discount. Every nigga wants a 50% discount. Give me a freaking break. Like you own something. You don't own shit. They don't get. Nobody owes you a damn thing. It's surprising to me. The rise of a black messiah. You wonder why we don't have those anymore, right? You wonder why we don't have those things anymore. It's because we don't want shit to. We just want government help. That's what we want. Is government help. Please, please, please. And when the government don't help you, we want reparations. Rah, 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 rah. How are you going to get reparations when you're all over the place? Number one, your ADOFs, your FBA, your Black Americans, your Hebrew Light, your Israelite, your Moors, which I have no issues with the Moors. When you're fighting on the land of Morocco, when you're standing on Morocco, you're literally standing on Morocco. So I don't want to hear that. The only thing I want to hear from here on in is when are we going to organize? Organize or die. Now, we're going to have a little fun because I often said, this last little clip here, I often said that Sharon Bracey was a good guy because he believed in change. But ultimately, when he let this ugly ass white woman up there who had, how can I say this, was yelling the word nigga this and nigga that and nigga this and nigga that and free and just free to say the word nigga, just free to say the word. I mean, we're talking about a black man letting a white woman just blurt that word out. I guess we've gotten so weak that we just, well, why do you say it? Why do you feel the need to say it? And it's like, it does it bother? And they say, does it bother you? And it's like, no, it don't bother me. That's how weak we are. That's how weak we are. We became the punk ass parents of today's time. I mean, just sissified because we listen to all that crap, that little funked up music by Lil Nas X. And now we listen to Nicki Minaj and we listen to what's that ugly ass girl's name? Oh, Sexy Red. Got the nerve to call herself sexy. Girl's always in the bikini. She already came out with porn. Excuse me, corn. I don't know why we're saying corn when it's just, but anyway, I guess it's YouTube purposes. And flashing her titties. Flashing her titties online. And you have the nerve to send her to a school full of kids. Luckily, they ain't let her ass in because her whole body smelled like weed. And why would you let a heifer like that in your school to tell your kids what? That it's okay to come out with a lip gloss that had the name of a venereal disease. So we're cool with getting gonorrhea as a lip gloss. Really? How far we have so fallen. You need to make up in your minds now what y'all want to do. And I'm dead ass serious. We need to make up in your minds what you want to do right now. Organize or die. You want to talk this horizontal shit? I'm here all day. I am here all freaking day. But this got to stop. And no matter what FBA or ADOS or whatever, if we don't come together soon, we would have been a permanent underclass. But this is the little bonus for today. Let's take a look.
I'm hearing some crazy shit up here. But Dan and again, I'm
sure that she's a black.
I'm a PhD.
YouTube and then come.
She's gonna interrupt me.
Okay. You interrupted me.
Oh, now she's
Hold on.
Let's
have the back and forth. Let's have the back and forth. Hold on.
Right, and you can't tell me
Now,
any of that.
There is
You
such a
shriveled
thing as
dick bitch.
Listen to her go.
You shriveled dick bitch.
You've got to be a man.
Right, and you're
bitch
not a
to
man.
shut her
Nothing
mouth.
about you says man.
She won't stop.
Right, nothing
She
about
will
you
not
says
stop.
man.
Look
All right, go
this is
ahead,
what I see
Ben.
black men do. They put their head in their hands because they can't.
Right.
You're Sharon, you once again, you are literally letting a white man who is known for being a racist bigot say whatever he wants to say. And this is one of the reasons why I came out and said, just go ahead and say it. Because let's just say he was in Vegas, right? If Ben Thorpe was in Vegas or any other matter, if he were to stop by 7-Eleven or something like that to get himself something to eat or some cigarettes or whatever, and you have somebody who watches YouTube, looks at him and say, ain't it that motherfucker right there that was talking shit, boopy whoopie boo? It's like, yeah, I know it. I know him. That's Ben right there. Yeah, he was having a problem with the niggers and shit. Yeah, he loved niggers. Let's go talk to the white man how niggas roll over here. And I can't stop my comrades from doing what they do. I can't stop my comrades from doing what they do. It is what it is. So, and Sharon, congratulations. You just made Ben a target.
Right, exactly.
Just
So let
shut
them
the
put it
fuck
in
up.
there. Let them put it in there. And when they whip
You
your
can tell her
women,
to
the
shut up.
women
You
that
can
you
mute her
create,
if she
they
doesn't.
put their hands in handcuffs because they go on their way to fucking jail.
And now
That's
you
what-
threaten them, right? You threaten
No,
them.
no, no. Your women do
threaten them
that,
if they
honey.
try to say,
Your
like, shut up,
women
bitch.
do that with
That's
all of
enough
their
now.
fake
That's
and
enough now.
false
All right.
allegations.
You ain't
Okay.
nothing. But
I like it. I like it too, yo. But check this out. This is what I literally said. I literally said to Flow State. My bad. I literally told Flow State, which is a white guy. Check him out. I literally told him. I said, look, if you feel better with using the First Amendment to express yourself, which if you think your constitutional rights are for everyone, which is a damn lie, go ahead and say what you need to say. Go ahead and express yourself. Be a free thinker, right? Which you are, which I have no problem with free thinkers. The problem is it's what you say. Knowing full and damn well through possibly your father, your great-grandfather, your great-great-grandfather, your ancestors may have said the word quite often. You're just coming up in the world and like, you may be the innocent one, but you still benefit from when your ancestors did some real foul up shit. Can we all? I mean, I'm not a racist. I never said I'm not a racist. I never said that you were, but you have to understand the difference between what race is Race is a social construct, meaning it pertains to your group, sir. Every white man is a racist. Every white woman is a racist. But I never said that you were prejudiced. I never said that. It has everything to do with, not with the individual, it has everything to do with your group. Your group. Every YouTube person is racist. It's not about hate. It's about power. Get the hell out of here. Yo, get the hell out of here. Just go. Go, stop telling the truth. Stop telling the truth. Understand me. You just told truth. We don't tell truth up in here. You said, I'll say it, I'll read it again. Every YouTube person is racist. It's not about hate. It's about what? Power, wealth, and influence. Power, wealth, and influence. You need to get the hell out of here for telling the truth. You need to get the hell on for telling the honest to God truth. Don't be coming up in here telling no truths. How dare you?
Shit talking bitch on the internet.
Cut out. Okay, you can call anybody a bitch, child. You more of a bitch than I am. I'm pretty sure
Can I get my point across? Can I get my point across?
Than I do, right? You shriveled.
You're making my point.
You shriveled bastard.
There was no stopping.
Right, it ain't. And you ain't
and man black women have this
right. You ain't man enough
anybody else.
Nigga. So when you grow at least 2 more inches on your dick, then maybe I'll think about shutting up. But until then, it's on and popping.
Why don't you be respectful to?
No, I'm not being respectful
Sharon.
because you're disrespectful.
Well, he said
no. Well, he told you that, and you weren't respectful. He told you that, and you didn't do it. And so now what?
Okay, I interrupted.
Right, and now I'm gonna interrupt your ass the entire time.
Stops.
Right, no, I'm gonna interrupt you. Anything you say that I want to talk over, I'm talking over.
So she changed the rules.
Right, no,
the Supreme
you did not stop. He had to stop
you
several
makes
times,
my point
and
for
you
me.
kept talking over me. So here we are. You created the rules, sir, and now I'm finna play by them hoes.
The rules don't apply to you; they only apply to me, right?
They do not. Oh, not over here, bitch. Not over here, bitch.
Okay, so you're in charge. You're over
no,
here.
I'm not
you're
in charge over here. But anybody
you
who
don't
watch
even
Sharon's
cam up,
show
but you're in
know
charge.
that he let people talk.
You got no respect for the
Sharon
black
let
man
people
running
talk.
this
He let them say whatever they want to say, and so that's what
right?
we
Just
finna
say
do.
it. Just
we
say,
finna
Sharon,
say what we want to say
whatsoever.
So you can, try to
I have
make
no
all
respect
these
for you whatsoever.
assertions or whatever,
because
but it don't
I'm an
matter.
angry bitch.
Okay, and you can call it what you want, but I'm talking over your bitch ass. And
right.
so now what?
Well, it's up to Sharon whether he wants to facilitate a conversation or just let.
All right. So this is what we're gonna do. Y'all, okay? Both parties. We're gonna let Young Riaz talk for a second. Hopefully, we get back to a conversation. Again, Young Riaz, what is that you want to say?
So I don't get to respond.
Okay. Yes,
it was all bullshit.
Okay, so we all agree that Ben, you're talking towards a stereotype and not what actually is, because we know Asian people, they have one of the most aggressive languages. Chinese women, they have some of the most aggressive language. The way how they taught you, how they tell you to hurry up. Yes, they don't have a school. They're like, I'm sorry, you're right. So they talk they communicate and they vocal, and the way how they speak is very aggressive. So the women do not have this soft tone, submissive, like how they try to push it out in the world. We all know that a Japanese woman, she's
not making anybody look good.
Gotcha. Thank you. So, all right. So while we got some calmness, what is your thoughts on the conversation so far, Dan?
I didn't even really get a point. Like, what point was made at all? You know, what was the conversation? She was yelling at him for being white, and that's all I really got from her.
Oh, Dan, this is what I was saying. I was saying you and him should eat a dick. That's what I was saying, bitch.
But you see, Sharon, how I came here with respect.
This is how the Supreme Goddess talks.
I'm not gonna lie. The headmistress talks like this.
Dick eating Dan. That's
ma'am. I never disrespected you. I never disrespected you, man.
Hold on, dude. Let's try to. I want to attempt to have
You
a
an angry
conversation.
black
Hold on.
bitch. You an angry black bitch. Shut up,
Hold
bitch. I ain't gonna lie to
nicknames
you.
for people.
Like,
And
what the
so
fuck?
your
Now I'm on
nickname
Ben's side.
is
Now I'm
Dick
on Ben's
Eating
side.
Dan.
Shut up, bitch. I can
You
yap
don't
too.
like that
Hey, shut up,
nickname?
bitch. I can
It's
yap
Dick
too.
Eating
I can yap
Dan.
too.
Right, you can't turn up.
When's the
You
last
can't
time you
turn
had
up.
a boyfriend or
You
something?
can't
This is a
turn up.
single. This is
You
a
can't
single
turn up.
black bitch,
Right. If
angry
you
at the
still
world
living
because
with your
they did
fucking
her
mama,
wrong.
nigga, close the door.
A single black bitch. A single black bitch. I hope you heard that. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I like it because they tell you up front how they hate you. I don't like the in closet motherfucker. I have more respect for these people than I have little respect to the in closet motherfuckers. Like, if you're gonna tell me that you're gonna show me that you're racist, then you show me that you're racist. Then I'll deal with you accordingly. And just on the record, I don't like PH Diva. I really don't. Not only does she have a mouth, but her way of thinking certain when it comes to abortions, she is willing and able to abort a baby boy that's being born into this world, because she often says, well, look at the men now. If I birth a boy, he's going to end up looking like the man that did this and did that and whoopty-whoopty-whoop. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all. But if I had a choice, again, right or wrong, am I fighting her or am I fighting them? That's hard, ain't it? That's a hard choice. No, it's not hard at all. Pause. I'm willing to turn to the man who called her a black bitch and literally, well, can't say it for YouTube purposes.
So she won't come upstairs and tell you to shut the fuck
I ain't gonna
up.
lie.
How about that?
I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
Suck dick, bitch.
Right,
Aha.
bitch.
Aha.
Uh-huh.
What you mad? What you mad because you
Mad at
single?
what? You don't have
You
shit
mad
that
because you
anybody
single on
would
Section
want.
8? You
Look
on
at
Section
you.
8? I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
Welfare crazy.
Yeah,
Welfare
right.
crazy.
I'm on welfare.
Y'all are
My
insane.
taxes
I don't
pay
know
for
what's in
your
the air.
shit.
We supposed to be
Right.
talking about a
My
goddamn book
taxes pay
today.
for your shit. That was crazy.
Sharon, you're stupid.
It's like, you're welcome. I could get a thank you.
Right.
Like, what? I pay for y'all's shit. What are you talking
Who
about?
is y'all?
God.
Who is y'all?
I tried to show respect, Sharon.
Who is
Hey, I
y'all?
came up here respectful. I came
Right.
up here
He
respectful. The
did.
bitch started throwing
Dick
shots.
eating Dan.
The bitch
Dick
started
eating
throwing shots.
Dan. Dick eating Dan.
So
Don't
why
go
do you
shoot
hate?
up the
Because I'm
school.
white. Is this because
Don't
I'm
go
white?
shoot
Hey,
up the
wait.
school.
It's because I'm
Absolutely.
white. It's because
Absolutely.
I'm.
If you're
So
white, you're
racism is
male.
okay.
You're not
Racism is
legit.
okay for black
Right.
people.
That's not
Racism.
racism.
Well, it's
That's
because
not
I'm white.
racism at
I
all.
got treated like that because I was white. Off rip.
No, because you came up here trying to
No. I
act
said I'm
crazy.
acquaintances of Ben.
Right.
But I said I'd like to just get back on track. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing right now? Are you sitting on your couch yelling at your phone like this, Miss PH
Absolutely.
Diva?
Absolutely.
Bitch, you got a bachelor's degree. Stop
Absolutely. And you don't even have that.
You're
No,
right.
she has,
You
it's
white
not
boy.
'cause- it's not because
You're
you're
Dick
right.
white.
eating
It's 'cause you're
motherfucker.
male.
You
have
don't
Why you
even
no
say
have
white?
that. And so
Angry
now
black
what?
girl, angry black
You're
bitch.
not.
Hey, you
don't
an
have
angry black
that.
bitch though.
All right, hold on.
What's good? Hey, what's good,
Hold
LL?
To be a situation. Hey.
All right, go ahead, Diva.
Primitive Jack. Rude, dusty, uncultured, and broke.
So
Hey.
I was just listening. I just popped back up because I was minding my fucking business and I just popped back up. But I'm hearing some crazy shit up here. But Dan and Mr. Ben, if you guys call PhD a black bitch again, I'm gonna pull my microphone out and cook both of y'all dumbasses.
I ain't gonna lie, she's a black bitch.
She's a black bitch.
You can roast her. You can roast her.
She's a black bitch.
Come on, roll up.
Dude, I had to talk to Unc, man. I have to talk to the Unc, man. Do you think these white son of a bitches give a damn about what you think? They don't care, but they do not care. They're Jiffa. They know that you can't touch them. You have no resources. You're gone. The only thing I said, this is how it works. If you see them, it's all fair game. But and here on the internet, my nigga, really, on the internet, sometimes you have to just beat them at their own game. You literally just beat them at their own game. You don't have to go tit for tat with them motherfuckers. The only thing that'll make them mad is you become more intelligent, or you know their social security number or some ill shit like that, but nothing phases them. They argue with each other all the time. It's like they say nigga to their own peers online. They ain't worried about you. Because you know they have gumps like Sharon Bracey literally just standing there going, this is interesting.
Roll up.
You can roast her, but that whole black bitch shit, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable, G.
Internet tough guy.
No,
What are you gonna do?
I don't have to be a tough guy to cook your
I
dumb
tried to
ass.
show respect.
Well, don't say stupid shit like you're gonna
she's
put
a-
your microphone down. What are you gonna roll up here? I'm in Connecticut.
No.
I'm in Maryland. I'm in
No,
Maryland.
I just said I would.
Guess what? You just said where you were. I know some motherfuckers from Connecticut, but am I gonna call them? No. They're gonna pick up on. Dude, it's a small world. It's a very, very small world, and they're gonna pick up on the shit. Don't worry. Don't worry. Who's in Connecticut? I'm from Connecticut. There's black people in Connecticut. What is going on? Black people. That's what's in Connecticut. A very small proportion. Well, they move. Well, here's the thing. They move around all the time. Ben Thorpe has a daughter that he abuses online all the time. And she's the one that came up on. Let me see if I can find that motherfucker. I'm glad you asked. But once I find it, y'all gonna laugh. What'd you say, Bridge? What'd you say, Bridget? Let me see. You said these white women are too comfortable. Yeah, of course. Because they know you can't do anything to them. That's why. But let me continue. I gotta find.
I wouldn't hesitate in the slightest. But that just sounds stupid. I had a epiphany that I sound stupid saying I would drive to you.
You see my profile picture? You see my profile picture? I'm trying to bridge the gap. You feel me?
No, there's no problem.
She's trying to put a
so
line in the sand.
Okay, but if you want to bridge the gap, why call her a black bitch? You can just say,
sir,
you can just like bitch. You can just say bitch.
Conversation.
You can just say bitch. You don't have to say
That's
black
what
bitch.
it was. I was watching Ben try to have a conversation, regardless of his point of views or anything.
So why you come all the way up here to? Yeah,
and then Sharon, can you back me up on this that I came up here with respect and I wanted a conversation to be had?
But it went straight. I understand that.
Dan.
I understand that, but you're not about to team up and try to call her a black bitch.
It's a decent wordplay, but like she's a black bitch.
No, that's corny.
Black bitch.
Dick eating Dan.
All right, Dan. All right, Dan. All right.
You gonna do something about it? You gonna do something?
I can easily drop both of y'all bitch ass niggas. It's nothing to me, but
I hear it.
I'm just saying.
You think we fighting? You think we fighting?
Here we go. So, by the way, for Ben and Dan, they want y'all to fuck up in 2024. So I was trying to have a conversation. So they say Jack the Crackers for $40. So it's $20 a piece to bring them back.
All right. For those, a little small little caveat. For those who don't know, Mr. Ben Thorpe, has a daughter, right? I'll remember this one.
I understand where she's coming from.
Some people are offended by it, so respectfully,
No.
I think she should keep saying it.
Yes.
On company.
So wait, who's on the fence of defending the white woman here?
Nobody.
You didn't
Okay,
see
I was
Tommy
confused.
just-
I was like, what's going on?
You didn't see Tommy just
Nobody.
so you weren't here. You weren't here for like the last hours. Am I tripping? Wait, am I watching the same show? Am I?
I didn't think no one was defending her for saying it. No, I don't think no one was defending her. I thought the question was like, in general, do you care about that word being?
It shows the weakness in the men when we get to that point where we're saying what we're saying, you know, and then we cry out aloud when we say, how come women ain't submitting? Well,
two things. Number one, I don't say it freely. I only say it with people I'm comfortable with.
Okay.
And you know, it's the internet. So I'm
So this is on the upper top left, or excuse me, right hand corner here. Grace Thorpe, the daughter of for Ben Thorpe, the father. You shouldn't be comfortable saying it. Ah, she does. Listen.
saying it somewhat for entertainment because it's like shocking or whatever, even though I don't. White kids say it all the time. It's just, you know, on, you know, Call of Duty or whatever headsets. It's not like for my generation, it's a big deal. I'm not calling you old, but maybe it's more of a big deal for you.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know what
I know
mean?
exactly what you're talking about.
And I don't use it as a slur. Like if you say, "Hey, that's my nigga," I'm not trying to insult
one
that person. You know what I mean? But if you drive past a group of black people and you go like, "Hey," I don't want to say it on YouTube, but like the hard R at them. Obviously, that's awful, but I'm not saying it like that.
Okay, so
freely.
Yes, that was very freely. So you saying that
Wait a minute. Hold on. It gets greasy. Hold on. Wait a second. Hold the phone. It gets better.
Saying
But I'm not using it as a slur. Like I'm not using it as an insult.
How did it become so? How did that word become so comfortable within your demographic that as y'all understand the difference between the A and the ER? Like, how did that happen? Do you say it around your black friends? Do you have black friends? Do you count how many black friends you got? You're like, hey, me and my 3 black friends, they don't mind. Or is it just like, hey, I have it, I just say it because it's a part of my language?
I mean, I would say like if you listen to rap, which I do here and there, it's like every other word of most rap songs, which is like it normalizes you. I'm not sure what you're asking. Like, do I only say it around black people? No. Me and my dad call each other niggas.
Oh,
but like,
stop saying that shit, bro.
Bro, you cannot. No, I told you guys. Bro, like,
I do think it's funny. I think
Hold on. What's going on? Y'all have a problem with the conversation?
No. I understand where she's coming from.
Some people are offended by it, so respectfully,
No.
I think she should keep saying it.
Yeah, it's making a
No, but listen.
Would you rather I said
want to ask
N-word?
a question.
Would you rather I said N-word?
Hold on. Why y'all think I need help?
Yeah, N-word.
We could open it up for everybody to have the conversation. Clearly, she's here. She's not afraid to have the conversation. Y'all don't got to be scared of the conversation. I don't know her. This me and her first time ever meeting each other. We didn't know each other existed until today.
Can we have it respectfully,
She
Sharon?
doesn't know how you.
So why is it respect?
She should have asked you how you felt about
Why?
her using
Yes.
it on your panel, on your platform, because it's offensive to some people in your audience who support
All right,
you on a daily basis.
okay. So that is fine for you to say that. However, that is not across the board of all things. So if y'all want to hold me accountable with that, I have no problem with it. But we're gonna have to say that against every
I said
word
what I
we
said,
ever
and
say.
that's
This is the problem that we are having with.
Like I said, it's your
This is the problem that we're having with a lot of things.
I've heard people.
And this is why he's weak. That's why he's the weakest black man on these YouTube streets. I never thought of him as being weak until the last couple of months. I never knew him to be that weak.
Well, I've heard people saying it on this stream. So is it just because I'm white, or is it because that word in general?
Yes.
So the only reason, all right. So hold on.
Because you're not black. Because you're not black.
But isn't it an insult to black people regardless of who says it?
Why does it matter to you?
Yeah, and your people created that insult.
Yeah, but your people use that insult to describe each other. So how does that make sense?
But we don't use that insult to describe white people.
Sure you do.
I don't call white people the N-word.
You've never called a white. You've never said. You've never said there's a couple of white niggas over there. You've never said that.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Never.
Well,
that's three.
Down here we don't do that. We call them.
All right, Sharon, have a good one.
Pecker.
And around this time, by the way, I'm screaming at him. I send him $20. I'm screaming at him. Let this cockamamie white bitch down. Let this cockamamie white bitch. I'm screaming at him. And Fatty at that time was screaming at him too with $50. He's just look at the smile on his face. He doesn't care.
We call them cracker, peckerwood, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got light-skinned children, right? I'm the darkest person in my house, right? My kids are light-skinned tone. Now, if I have them around a group of white people, would it?
Nigga Rooster, I'm gonna be polite. You're married to a white woman. Get the hell out of here with that cockamamie, Bo and Duke bullshit.
Be all right for me to call my son Cracker, Mayo,
it's funny.
Lil Peckerwood.
No, this is what you don't understand. White people don't care if you call us that because it's just silly.
You don't.
They do. They do.
People. You don't speak.
They do.
Maybe white trash, but
no,
I mean,
a lot of white people take offense.
No.
See?
Can I say something? Can I say
Okay,
something?
no, because we're not insecure. I'm not insecure, so you can call me. It's the same thing. No, wait, listen. It's the same thing. If somebody called me a whore, if you're like, you stupid whore, I don't care. I'm not worried that maybe I am a whore, so you can call me whatever you want.
Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead,
but that's
PhD.
not-
Let's get back to a conversation. Go ahead, PhD.
That's disingenuous because they have entire slut walks and shit like that to try to destigmatize, words like that from women. But the difference is, of course, white people aren't going to care if, any black people call them, cracker or peckerwood or whatever Vic said.
Right.
Personally, myself, I prefer sunspot because I find those like brown spots that they get from being out in the sun absolutely.
You mean freckles?
No, it's a sunspot, sweetie. It's like
liver spots.
mole.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
I like
But,
male monkey the best.
Yeah. Oh, snow roach.
Snow roach.
River rats and dago.
We're very
Yo, Sharon.
PhD will have a conversation.
Sharon.
Jesus Christ. Let them
Remember,
have a
Sharon, hold
conversation. Why do y'all think that word is more important than somebody else's?
It's not that.
They're having a decent conversation.
Sharon, that's the part.
It goes left.
The conversation.
Your words is not more important than somebody else's. Let them finish their conversation first.
I was gonna say, remember the conversation can get too toxic on YouTube. That's all I'm gonna say. Watch out. That's what I'm saying. Watch out for language on YouTube.
You can say that on YouTube, no problem.
Anyway, so the difference is that none of those terms were ever used to denigrate, subjugate, or justify the.
You're all trying to intimidate. You are all trying to kind of.
Hold on, I got you.
Razz on me. You're trying to bust my balls a little bit by saying, "Oh, how do you feel if I call you a cracker?"
Hold on. Throw up TV. Hold on. So PhD is not going to do that. She's going to have a conversation with you. Other people are always trying to be a little aggressive, so I understand why you might feel attacked. That's cool. But PhD, hold on, I got you. So I'm trying to explain to you this, so that you can understand the conversation, right? So PhD, she's willing to have a honest conversation with you. So all the maybe aggression that you might have felt earlier, let's try to erase that part and just have a conversation with Diva. I promise you, she's just trying to have a conversation with you. Okay?
No, it's fine.
Okay, there we go. So now what she's saying is that when they was lynching black people, they was using that word. It's not a time in space where it was a time where black people was hanging, white people saying, oh, let's hang the white roaches is what she is referring to.
I see what you're saying, but I think at a certain time, just like Negro, that was just the word for black people. It wasn't necessarily a slur. It became a slur, but it was just a common term for black people. My dad will tell me a story about how he was staying in Virginia, I think, with this super old lady who had a black maid, and she'd call her the N-word girl. She wasn't trying to hurt her feelings. It was just it was just the language of the time. But also, I'm just saying now, it's really one of the only slurs that can be used in a neutral or like a positive way. Like it's not inherently trying to insult somebody.
Used in a positive way. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Is it used in a positive way? Should we just ultimately find word to relatively insult? I mean, we insult white folks all day long. I mean, it's no problem to us. But they literally sit there and take it at the chin. So you got to literally, like, if Dr. Cleo Muhammad was here, like a lot of people would be scared to death. Scared. So scared, in fact, they'll be coming after. And said, this person is a racist. No, he isn't. No, he is. He talking this reverse racism shit. But then you got a coon up here who is very, very relaxed and subtle and really into his skin about letting some white motherfucker up on here talking shit about black folks and literally enjoying herself while doing it. Wow, what a world that we live in. All hell to the coons.
You know, when it comes out of your mouth, most people are, oh my God, y'all men got to calm down.
Please.
So when it's coming out of a white person's mouth, then it is. And so the way
if I say to somebody,
no, sweetheart, come on now, let me speak. The way I liken it to, like, if I have a nickname, right? So I have a nickname that my family can call me, my friends can call me, but somebody off the street that I don't know, they can't call me by that nickname, right? And so it's the same type of thing. We might use it with one another, but that's not opening up permission for you to use it with us. And so
but I don't use it with just any black person I
matter.
See on the street. I use it with like people I know who are fine with it.
Okay, so then why did you get on social media and use it then? Because that's how it came to everybody's awareness. If you was using it with your little friends and they don't care, then it's whatever. But you got up on, I guess you got a
chaotic truth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, she got up on chaotic truth platform. Well, I thought,
well, so that's why I wanted him to play the video.
The video with the apron.
Because she's what? Doing what?
Because she's trying to insult me by saying there's nothing that somebody who could get sunspots in the sun could tell me that's ever gonna insult me. She's just being like, she's I don't even know if it's like low-key racism. I don't really care, but she's just saying because I'm white, she doesn't value my opinion and she's just gonna talk over me and insult me. And there's nothing I could say that would hurt her because I'm white. Seems like she has some kind of insecurity about white girls. I'm sure I could say something that offends you, and I'm sure you could say something that offends me. The fact that you're black and I'm white doesn't have anything to do with it.
Right. But you're the one pulling out your bag of stereotypes, not me.
Right.
Right.
You literally just said white people get sunspots.
That's not a stereotype. That's a biological
Yes,
fact.
it is.
Okay, hold on. All right, so hold on. So, okay, hold on. So you pulling out the voice of the, I don't know what that also with the Southern voice.
most black people. You're
Okay,
not
let's not have they talk. This is normal behavior. When they have rap song come on, they are not muting themselves. They say the word free. She say the word more freely than I do. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even use the word.
I mean, you care only for the audience that you speak to, sir. That's the only thing that you care for, is the audience that you speak to. Even though the people in your audience are actually screaming at you to bring the Lily bitch down. Now we all know it's a shit show now. We all know it's a shit show because it's all about money. And the fact that you have a Russian woman at home, some white Russian woman, I don't know who she is, also further lets me know how much you don't give a fuck about Black America. You don't. But you often like to point the finger out at other black people and say, well, you do this, and you do this, and you do this. Sir, there's a distinct difference between rap and hip hop. There's a distinct difference between rap and hip hop. You don't have to go to that genre. You don't have to, but you do it anyway. So why don't you just listen to some white Russian music or something, some Tchaikovsky or some shit?
Word as loosely as you are using it, Grace. I do not. It's
mostly
mostly
guys my age.
So what I'm saying, Grace, is a little wild for me because I do not use it as well as you do. And so it's just a little weird for me personally.
Some Black people just don't use it. Some white people just totally don't use it. I would say I use it more on the internet because I think it's funny. I just think it's funny for a white girl to say like, you my nigga. It's just
That's 4.
funny. I don't mean it as an insult.
Attention. She want attention.
So now,
but it's just funny. It's a funny gag. But I mean it. Like, you my nigga.
Okay.
That's 5.
You know, so she says it's not meant to like well, it is meant to antagonize Black people.
Right. She said
no.
Well, you get the point. You get the whole point. You get the point. I mean, hell, it's like I said. I mean, she's free to use it. She's free to use it. It's like I say. Don't be surprised when you have niggas in your presence and they use you up like a goddamn potato. I mean, they literally use you up like a goddamn potato. So, and when they do what they do, don't call the police. Don't call the motherfucking police. You think niggas care about the motherfucking police? They don't. They don't. So it's a good thing that you're doing the things that you're doing now. It's good that you're doing the things that you're doing right now because, quite frankly, if we ever get to a place where we band together as one, hey, I'm gonna have so much of a smile on my face. It's utterly ridiculous. But here on the internet, it's pretty much cut and dry. You're never gonna intimidate them. You're never gonna say anything that's gonna crawl up in their skin. You're gonna be fighting yourself. You're literally gonna be fighting yourself. So what I say to it is, let it fly. Just smile. Each time they say the word, just smile. It's like, yeah. It's like, okay. Just like she said it a total of 10, 11 times, I believe. What? My nigga, my nigga, my nigga, my nigga. I'm like, you used to that, ain't you? You used to that. I'm not threatening anyone. I'm just saying what the consequences could be. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, maybe not next month, maybe not this year, maybe next year. Who knows? But they remember you because the internet is forever. The internet is forever. And all they have to do is see you and say, oh, it's the nigga bitch. Oh, okay, cool. So what we do? What the fuck we doing? Right? What the fuck is we doing? IP addresses all day. Like, I'm in, Ben had the nerve to say, oh, I'm in Connecticut. Okay. Give up the Connecticut address. Give up the Addy. Give up the Addy so we can have a conversation. I could come to where you're at. I could come to where you're at so we can have the conversation. And so we want you to. Has anybody seen? I don't know if you've seen Die Hard with a Vengeance, where it had Samuel Jackson in it, and Samuel Jackson came out of the store and looked. Bruce McClain came out. McClain came out and he had to wear I hate. He had the sign I hate niggas. He had to wear it because of a prank that a bad guy was doing on him. And if he didn't wear it, then they were going to blow up part of the city. So he had to wear it in front of the hood. And luckily Samuel's character came up to him first before the other people did. That's what I'm talking about. Where I want that to happen. I want that white girl to wear that sign. I want the white girl to wear that sign in front of the hood. I want it to. That would be so fucking funny, yo. I want it to wear in front of the hood, yo. It's like, oh, so you don't. Gotta go old block with that. Yeah, old block. Definitely the old block with that shit. For real, yo. For real. And Mr. Ben, if he wants to be a part of that, then go ahead. His trailer gonna get all the way fucked up, but hey, shit. They gonna do something with that trailer park you be driving around. Stupid motherfucker. They gonna be doing all types of shit with that trailer park you be driving around. You and his daughter. His daughter is like what, 23, 24 or something like that. She an adult. They tear you up some fit. What part is that? That's New York, right? The old block. That wait, don't tell. The old block. That old block. It sound like Deuce. Who's Deuce said? Who? South Central. That sound like South Central. I'm from Michigan, so I don't know. All I know is Michigan be having rowdy motherfuckers over there when you need them. Over here, it's not too hard to find. But yeah, go ahead and wear that coat. Go ahead and wear that jacket. Stay right outside. Mind your own business. Or better yet, go out to LA. In Chicago, old block. That's what I thought. Chicago. Oh, they love white folks in Chicago. Shit. They love the white people in Chicago. Let them stand right there. Hopefully Charleston White don't appear. Whatever. Let them stand around and be real comfortable. Real comfortable with the word. Go ahead. Just have a sign that says, I love niggers. Or nigga. Or whatever you're comfortable with. That you're comfortable with your guy and say, as a matter of fucking fact, why don't her and his bitch ass, your father, right? Yeah, oh God, Charleston, yeah, that nigga is out of this world. He is. I'm gonna leave that cat alone and let him make his bubblegum money, whatever, and F midgets all day. But anyway, the people that you say that you're comfortable with, ma'am, you can bring them along too. Bring them along. Bring them along. You ever see Mississippi Burning? Bring them along. Bring them along. See this? You see this? The consequences. People don't think we don't think anything because most of us just want to get away from racism. You want to run as far as you can, but don't want to teach your siblings what racism is, and that's dangerous. That's very, very, very dangerous. Some people, in fact, just want to get rid of the word. They just want to get rid of the word. They don't even associate with who they are. They don't want to associate with the melanin in which they came from. The melanin in which they came from. They want to belong with everybody else. Social immigration. To get along for the old Martin Luther King, the Martin Luther King of old. That is just stupidity. But I can't stop people from doing what they're doing. I can't. Just like I can't stop them from saying what they say, they can't stop me from saying what I want to say. I can go these redneck peckerwoods all day long. It's nothing to me. It's just my people that I'm disappointed in. Sharon ain't nothing but a game. He's a gamer. And he knows how to win. He knows how to fucking win. But that's the part of YouTube. That's the part of YouTube that I don't associate with. Sadly, there used to be me. I was a king. I was a coon. Oh, a coon. But I'm awoke now. Well, that's good. That's good. You had no choice between you. You know what I'm saying? If you want justice, that's what you find. Just us. It's like the more people that suffer are the ones that don't even get the same the recognition. But black women get recognition all day. Black women this, black women that. Black women are too fat. Black women are too thick. Black women are too skinny. Black women don't want to marry. Black women this, black women that. Black women are too masculine. Black women are not feminine enough. Blah, 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 blah. All freaking day. Again, you telling the truth. It's illegal around here. You telling the truth. It's illegal around here. Well, gang, it was fun. It was fun. I want to congratulate you. Now you know I can't read none of that. You had to come up with you had to tell me a name. You had to tell me the new guy. I'm just gonna call you the new guy. Thank you for coming up, chopping it up with your boy. Thank you, Bridge, as always. Thank you, Lisa, as always. Thank you, everybody, for coming and participating with We-On-Loc Nation. And if anybody has a problem, Dan, I'll just call you D. Okay, no problem. like I said, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you would like, become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. It's only $1.99 for the basic, $2.99 for the upper level one. Or I don't know. I gotta check that out. But anyway, I gotta go deal with white supremacy. I mean, I gotta go deal with the wife. I gotta go deal with the wife, but y'all protect yourselves because it's a jungle out there.